functional location, and this is included in the SAP master data. So master data represents the core static information about assets, locations, equipment, and resources that maintenance processes use. Okay. In the public cloud, like SAP provides a standardized master data objects with a few applications to maintain them. Below are the complete structure of SAP asset management master data in public cloud. We will see like one by one. First, we will concentrate on the functional location master data. This before this, like also we have included a work center, which is covered in the last session. You can go through about this. And then first master data, apart from the work center, is a functional location. A functional location represents the place where maintenance tasks are performed. Okay. It follows a hierarchical structure, like representing the physical structure of a plant. So assume like we'll consider a clarification plant, and the physical like hierarchy structure based on the technical system or like spatial criteria or like functional criteria. We can structure it. We can structure the hierarchy of it. Like clarification plant, we have considered, for example, like mechanical purification, biological purification. Under biological purifications, there is a pumping station and a filtering station. So under filtering station, there is a ventilator or filter cell. This way we can structure our plant based on functional, spatial criteria, or like based on the technical system. Yes, like again, this one we will consider as an first functional location as in master data, or second, apart from your work center, and another one followed by like equipment. What is an equipment? Equipment represents an individual physical asset that needs a maintenance. Now here we have structured it. This is also a technical object, and so equipment is also a technical object. We can perform the maintenance on both, on this and this one, equipment too. Yeah, there is no confusion in this. Again, I'm repeating, we can perform the maintenance activities on functional location and equipment. The purpose is like this is used here to represent the place where maintenance tasks are performed, but like it follows an hierarchical structures which represents the physical structure of a plant. There it will be very much useful, this functional location. And equipment, like where we wanted to represent an individual physical asset, right? Individual object needs to be represented there, like we can represent it as an equipment. Okay, structure through functional location, individual physical object as an equipment. Both are technical objects. On both, like we can perform the maintenance activity on it. Yes. Another one master data is like serial numbers. When we have multiple individual equipments of the same physical asset like construction type, then this particular concept comes into the picture. That is, a serial number uniquely identifies an individual piece of equipment or material. Best example is mobile. Like say mobile of same construction types gets manufactured in thousands of numbers. And then how do you identify each mobile? So through a serial number concept. Okay, in SAP, how we can do it, we'll see it in further classes. And when we talk about a deeper structure of any equipment, see, mobile consists of the battery, motherboard, the camera, screen, likewise, etc. Those things we will call it as an bill of material in SAP. A maintenance BOM lists the spare parts required for maintaining equipment of means equipment or functional location. See, for both we can have it. Since like both are technical objects, we can have a functional location. We can have a material BOM for both. Yes, followed by the class and characteristics. We'll see about this later. Okay. Next, like catalogs, code groups, and codes. This also is an master data and measuring points and counters. In overall, like complete list of asset management master data in public cloud works to this work centers. Earlier we have seen which deals with a maintenance team. Okay, or we can call it as in resources, yeah, people, etc. This is your work center. Functional locations where we'll be seeing now this. Now we'll be seeing on like functional locations, like where asset is located. Okay, and this is also a technical object. Again, I am repeating it, where we can perform a maintenance on it. So now equipment is a physical asset or like individual object, and the better word is individual object. I will write it. Okay, this is also a technical object on which we perform a maintenance on it. Yeah, serial numbers like unique asset identifications like maintenance bomb. We said like spare parts in simple language. Okay, asset classification. We wanted to classify the assets based on these characteristics. Okay, class and characteristics, or like specifications. In better word is specifications. When we purchase a mobile, like we'll say capacity of the RAM, okay, the screen size, the color of it. These are the specifications. These comes under the classes and characteristics. So if something goes wrong, like we will have a catalogs to go through about information, what how this can be reported in an easier manner. That is a failure reporting. That case, like we'll be using it catalogs. Okay, measuring points and counters. Here we'll be using the inspections for inspection of asset. We inspect it, like what is the temperature, or we'll do the condition monitoring, like temperature of it, is there any vibration checker. So all these readings we will account it under measuring points and counters. Like measuring documents concept, it will come up. Measuring documents. Okay, with respect to the preventive maintenance order, there is another one master data that is called task list maintenance plans and strategies. This we will see it later during preventive maintenance session. This is also a master data, but dedicatedly for this. So assume like we are using a example of one captive power plant. Last like we have discussed, that is Kia power plant. Okay, here power plant. We know the departments. We know the structure of it. Like here in this case, like we have mentioned, like what all areas it consists of. See here, these areas: coal handling plant, boiler area, turbine area, ash handling plant. Like we can consider one or two plants, one or two production areas for our example purpose. So first, like we will go for first means same like boiler area. Okay, in that like FD fan systems, like we'll go for it. So how we can structure the plant? We know about structuring plants based on the technical system, based on the functional area, based on the spatial criteria. Correct. But how it should represent, how many characters we can have, what are the data types used. First we'll concentrate on the data types. What are data types we can use for naming it? Okay, data types to name it, we can have alphabets, we can have numerics, we can have alphanumerics, we can have special characters. First, like we'll go for alphabets. Next is your numeric. Next is alphanumeric. Next is special characters. Yeah, these are the data types used for naming the functional locations. Okay, what are the prerequisite conditions to name the functional location? The prerequisite condition is first like structure indicator to be created. Structure indicator to be created. If for that we should be ready with an edit mask and hierarchy level. So, okay. So we'll start with an editors, like how we can have, there is an hierarchy, right? We already spoke about it. What is the topmost hierarchy should represent? Like plant, okay. The second hierarchy should represent a department, a sub department. So I will mention here the first or topmost hierarchy can represent like plant. We'll say it as an means plant level, the group level, something like this. And the second one can represent like unit, subunit, or like I'll mention like zone, yeah, and department. The another one, third hierarchy, like you wanted to mention, if you are having an unit, like then you go for the subunit, you divide it like subzone, so okay, or like subdepartment. Yes, then we can have a location, any location or department area if you are going to have it. So these many options. I'm not restricting it only to the words like whatever I have written here. We can go in this way also. Yes, and next, like once you have done with a sub-department, subzone, another one, in that like area, again, we wanted to have sub-location, okay? Or else we can have a functional area, something like this. Yes, at last, like we can have operating area, asset itself. So in this way, we can segregate the complete like functional location. So first, like we'll start with an Kia Motors like plant, like we'll name it as in Kia. Assume like this is in 3-digit characters. Okay, hyphen. So why I'm using an hyphen? Hyphen is used to segregate the first level to the second level, a hierarchy level. Okay, this will be my mask. Like I'm going to mention this mask later on. Okay, before that I will mention the name as it is, like KIA, like Kia. This is your first plant level, assume, and it is having an unit level, like next level, like unit one. Why I have mentioned, like see here, in first three characters I have utilized, yeah, all alphabets. No, I don't want like alphabets. Like I wanted to have KI like one, something like this. Means four. Means first three are alphabets and next one is your numeric. So I can restrict it first three characters only for alphabets and last one is dedicatedly for the numeric. This way I can do it. Here hyphen, like I'm differentiating the hierarchy level. Next, like UT is for your alphabets and third one is your numeric. Okay. We will see it like while mentioning the edit mask. Then we'll go into the third level. Third level, like I'm giving it as an unit, I have considered it. Next I'll go for the boiler level. Okay, so boiler, so here I'm going utilize, you wanted to utilize like 5 characters. Yes, first like I had 4 at the plant level. Next I see here 4 at the plant level. Next 3 at the unit level and 5 at subzone level. Okay, or like subunit level. Yes, or capacity level I can go for it. Okay, here I wanted to utilize a capacity. So assume like the plant is of somewhere 800 megawatt. Then there I'm going to use like some 3, then 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 5 level 5. Here I'm using it for the boiler. Also I'm using it the 5. Okay, capacity level, subunit level, and here I have come to the sublocation level or functional area. Next, like I'll go into here FD fan. FD fan 0. Yes, how many characters here I utilized? Some 3, 3, 6, and 7 I have utilized. Okay. So total works to is 24. This is the plant, and this one is our unit level and capacity I have mentioned. And here first I have mentioned the functional area and here asset level. So, or you can increase the departments even more, okay, based on the requirements. So for this, like edit mask, like if I wanted to go as I discussed earlier, first 3 will be an alphabets, next like works to the numeric, hyphen, again like alphabets, 2 alphabets, and last one I wanted to keep it for numerics. This way we can achieve it. Okay, here like numerics, we can restrict it to the numerics. Okay, megawatt capacity, always like capacity will be the numeric. So I'll wanted to go with the numerics. Okay, first one let it be the numerics. Okay, later like you wanted to increase it based on 1000 kilowatt or something. So I don't want to restrict only for the alphabets or numeric. So I wanted to go for alphanumeric. So 1, 2, 3, 4. See, remaining 4 characters, like I'm going for an alphanumerics. So here also I wanted to go with an alphanumeric. So some 3 characters. Okay. And another two for the numeric. That also I wanted to go with an alphanumerics. Yes, here you wanted to make it like even more because of bigger departments. Like I'll go for boiler 01, which it represents. Later it will be useful. So I have increased it to 8 characters. 7, 8. Okay. Here also I have come to how many? To 6, 7 characters are there. Okay. All these things like I wanted to make it as special characters in the sense like we can go for a slash, a star, we can use it. Special characters. So special characters. I wanted to go for it. Like here I wanted to change it. This one I have gone for 8. So total like I have utilized to 27. And how many like hierarchy levels? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 hierarchy levels. So yeah, here I have increased too many, right? But what about the maximum levels or maximum characters? First, like maximum characters is 40. Okay, beyond this 40, we cannot go. Minimum is like 1, maximum character length is like yeah, 40. We should be knowing this. Within the 40, we should make it. So, like hierarchy levels, it depends on how many characters you are going to utilize in hierarchy, in each hierarchy. Okay, in each hierarchy, like if you reduce it to the minimum level, that is like 1 character, then we can achieve maximum of 20 hierarchy levels. But like 1 character, it is difficult to represent anything, or even it won't be in a readable language. So minimum like 2 or 3. So hierarchy levels, it may come around 7 or 8 or 9. It will be manageable or advisable. Maximum is 20 and minimum is 1, and advisable is like 8 or 9. It depends on the requirement, and there is no standard. You should go for this many levels. So this one we will call it as an edit mask. Here I'll mention this one is call it as an edit mask. And what is your hierarchy level? Hierarchy level is this. There is no dot here. Yeah. So this is an backend configuration setting. So we will use for the backend configuration settings. We know business configurations. We should go for it. So let me go for configuration settings. See here, I'm into the central business configurations, you know, and once you reach here, like you should go for an asset master. Sorry, like I'll show you the from starting path asset management. Then you come to asset master that we are dealing with the technical objects. Okay, in this, see here, we have to create a structure indicator. As we discussed, like prerequisite condition is to create a structure indicators. Okay, quickly, like I'll go into the create structure indicators. In the structure indicators, there is again available structure indicator already in the system. We don't want to use this. We wanted to create our own. So let me go for the new entries. So we are ready with our, this is a client specific we can create. Then you can name it. Since we are dealing with assume like Kia Motors, I'm using a name called KIAM. And here you can give the description Kia Motors, some private limited, something like this. And what is your edit mask? So edit mask, we have configured the edit mask. Let me copy this edit mask. So this is our edit mask, and you can customize it based on your requirement. Then I'll go for an hierarchy levels. So just like you arrange the hierarchy levels, last characters always you have to mention this hierarchy levels. Okay, ends. This first hierarchy, second hierarchy, third. If you keep it somewhere else, like system will give an error. This is the fourth hierarchy, and fifth hierarchy is this. So got it? This is how you create the structure indicators in a backend, using a configuration settings. Let me save it. Since I am performing a backend, there will be a prompt for customizing request. So in last class also we have created our own request. See here, Kia Motors. So recently saved, a request number will appear over here. Okay, if not, you can go to your own requests. Okay, over here, like you can choose it, whichever request but task like you wanted to save under. Since this is ours, so I'm clicking this. So I wanted to save my changes under this particular request. Let me continue. So my changes are saved under that particular request. Okay, this structure indicators. So we are ready with a prerequisite condition called like structure indicators. Now we will go for creation of functional locations. What is in means in general, I wanted to again summarize this. What is functional locations? It controls how the functional location ID is structured. Means this structure indicator I'm talking about. Before that, I wanted to go for an functional location. A structure indicator defines the format and hierarchy of functional location numbers. The structure indicator, like it controls how the functional location ID is structured and how each level of the hierarchy is separated. Okay, this is your structure indicator. It determine number of hierarchy levels. See here, by looking at the structure indicator, we'll come to know length of each level, the separation symbols like between levels. So it standardizes like how functional locations are created across the organization. Yes. So once we are ready with it, we will go into an query application. What query application is used to create a functional location? That is create a technical object. So quickly I'll go into platform. So here I have showed you this in my spaces, like we have kept all our apps. We can create it. How we can create it? Like I have explained you, we can go into the Fury. So user ID, go for your edit current page. Like you here, you can add like section and give any name for the section and go for an add tile. What is your Fury applications? Like assume create a technical object. You can search easily. Like just go for the search button. Here you can type the Fury application name, whatever I have mentioned. See here, create a technical object. Then it will give you the list of that related to this name. Then you can choose that or tick mark and you can assign that particular Fury app under that particular section. Yes, meantime, I'll open this, create a technical object. This may take some time, so I'm not want to see. Yeah, it has come. So now if you go for create technical objects, right here, just like you open it and you can add that particular Fury application under this sections. Yeah, so close it. Once you add it, just close this particular edit option. Now I'm going for this create a technical object quickly. Like I'll go into this create a technical object. So here we have technical objects, like I have already explained you. The technical object is functional location and equipment. Let me go for a functional location. Go for it. Like see, always when you are going to create the functional locations, you should be checking what under what structure indicator you are creating. Whether this is our structure indicator, of course, no, we have created our own. So let me select that. So here, this is our structure indicator. And we know if I select this, what I get it like edit mask. See, this is our edit mask. How many hierarchy levels? We have. So let me check in the back end any changes in this. It is showing some hierarchy levels. I'm not sure. It is showing, yeah, this is the fourth hierarchy level, and this is the fifth one. Yeah, now it's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Let me save it again. Yes, data is saved. So come back. Let's come back. Now we'll go for this. See here, I'm seeing some different. So I thought, like, let me check it out. So again, I'm going for this create a technical object. In this, I will choose this functional location. Then I will go for this. So enter now. Now if I enter our functional location, edit mask has come up. Okay, whatever is required based on our structure indicator. And now this is an external naming. I said like system doesn't give any naming. So always like functional locations, we have to name it. So always I will tell this is an external naming, external name or external numbering system, whatever. So let me create this. This I said like a hierarchy level we wanted to create it, correct? If I'm not wrong. So first like clarification plant, next like I'll go for, say here I will show you. Under this clarification we have purification, biological purification, mechanical mechanism purifications, pump station, filter station. This way there is an hierarchy involved. I cannot create like whole thing in a single instance. So this is my first hierarchy, means this is my first functional location, this is my second and third, which is linked to each other, right? So first I will create an plant called like Kia1. So assume my structure indicator, my edit mask is first three letters, it allow only alphabets, and last one is numeric. I will test something different. Here also I will try to give the alphabets. Then if I go for it, see, I am getting an error saying that specify the technical object category. First error I got it is technical like, category. So whenever I'm creating it, like I'm creating under certain categories. Okay, the standard category is M, uh, technical system standard. In work center you might have noticed like we have created under a category called a 0005, the plant maintenance. The same way in the plant, in here we are creating under a category called M, technical system standard. Okay, how to configure our own category we will see it in during configuration session. uh, then I have put like alphabet at the last digit. Only figures are allowed at the present cursor positions. This is how your structure indicator or edit mask is controlling your data type. Okay, characters. So instead of alphabets, like here I'll give you a numeric, then instead of alphabets here also I'll try to give the numerics. Then I will get an error saying that only letters are allowed at the present cursor positions. So let me create it. So as we discussed, like Kia 1 will be my first hierarchy level. Yes, then continue. This is the first functional location. So here we'll give a descriptions. Okay, character restrictions will be there. You wanted to have a more long text, like here, more data, like here you can provide it. So here I will, in simple, like I will mention Kia Motors at the plant level, right? Plant 01, something like this. Yeah, inventory number, startup date, this class, like we will see it later. Okay, this manufacturer, it doesn't apply. Yeah, these details like it will come later stages when we reach at some operating area bar or functional area bar asset level. Okay, so I'm ignoring all these things as of now. Let me go into the location data here. Of course, like I need to provide this particular plant belongs to which, under which maintenance plant, okay, hierarchy. So I'm giving, I'm using like 1710 a plant. And location, if any locations are available, then you can create these locations also. Okay, under 1710 these many locations are available. Yeah, it is at a plant level, so we can ignore it as of now. Like production area, this is not at a production area, it is on broader level like plant level, so we can ignore this. We can talk about this sort field later, ABC indicator also later. So let me directly jump to the organizational data. Here, like company code got copied under plant is assigned to this company code, so this will come automatically. Planning plant is also this link to that maintenance plant, automatically it will be assigned. Partners, who are partners associated with respect to this, which department or person responsible, later we can see this. And if I go for the structure, see under what structure indicator you are creating a functional location. Okay, who is the superior technical object? This itself is a superior for us, so there is no superior technical object for this function location is concerned. So that's why it is an empty. Technical object installation allowed. You wanted to install any objects at this level, so I want to restrict it. So I don't want to install it. So if you wanted to install, you wanted to allow, you can allow it. Then how many? More than one? Yes. No, or you wanted to restrict only for the single. So single installation allowed is here. The tick mark should become okay. Else we can remove this. Means a number of technical objects we can assign under this. So here what I have done it, I have restricted like equipment object itself. Okay, here not even one. So construction type during serial number concept we can discuss about this. Go for your documents. Here if any documents, drawings or catalogs you wanted to assign, we can assign over here. So class and characteristics, there is a separate master data. That time we will discuss about the classes and the characteristics values. So as of now, this much would be sufficient to create this particular functional location, the topmost hierarchy. So save it. Now KIA1 got created. Got it? So come back. Again, I'll go for the second one, but second one I cannot create like separately, right? This unit one, it belongs to the Kia one, means topmost hierarchy. It is linked or assigned, we'll say. Just cross check like under which structure indicator you're creating. If everything is fine, then I'll go for it. Kia one hyphen, then second one is UT1. If you observe, of course, like this technical standard, I have to select it as in category. So continue. So descriptions, I'm saying plant 01 unit 1. Plant 1's like unit 1, this department. Or else I'll mention like this, unit 1. So something like this. Go for your location data. So here say your maintenance plant is already filled up. And if I go for our organizational data, everything is done. Again, if I go for the structure, so how come? Because this UT1 is assigned under Kia 1. Okay, this is a topmost hierarchy. Superior technical object for your UT1 is Kia 1. Understood? You wanted to install like a technical object installation allowed, then you can allow it. So rest all things like we have discussed already, and system status, if you notice, like it is in created status. So save it. Now UT1 is under this 800 under Kia 1, and the 800 megawatt is under UT1 and UT1 is under Kia 1. So I'm going for creation of this. Complete. So here there is no restrictions if you notice. On technical standard like M I have selected. So continue. 800 megawatt. Yes. Also, if any manufacturer is available like at this week, you wanted to mention that particular manufacturer, you can mention, assume like Siemens, something like this. Okay, Siemens boiler, all those things. Which country it is in, yeah, which region it is in. So all those things we can mention. Month or like year of constructions. Okay. Assume month is this, year of instruction is this, acquisition value based on this requirement. We can fill all the rest of these things. Like just to save time, I'm not doing this. Go for another one tab like location data. In this, we can say like under which location it belongs to, or we can create our own locations in our central business configurations. We have seen that. Okay, let me go for your organization data. And this organization data, so you wanted to mention a work center. Now till now, like we didn't do it, like we can create our own, means we have created our own work center, so we can assign it for, we'll see the work center for the plant called 1710. So what is our work center? Plant is 1710. So some work centers we have created, I guess, with respect to this economizer boiler. Since like we'll be dealing with this boiler manpower, we can select that. Okay. Cost center, we will see it later. We'll come back to it. Like structure, if you noticed, this 800 megawatt is under UT1 and it is under a key hour. Okay, so save it. So we have done with one. Next, like I'll go with an boiler. So here, boiler 01. So whether it is an object, we can segregate under an object, right? So here, see it, whether it comes under the motors, rotary compressors, or coolers, or like valve, pumps, dryers, gearbox, like this, we can segregate under one object at a type. This is most important. If not available, we can create our own. Yeah. So here again, I will show, go for your central business configuration settings, go for your asset master data, technical objects. In that, like you can go for define types of technical objects. Okay. So we wanted to segregate this particular under one object type called like boiler, assume. So I wanted to use it under, say, coolers, valves, pumps, dryers, gearbox, something like that. Okay, 9900. Under 9900, I wanted to create a boiler. So I'll go for the new entries or any other numbers. Okay, it is no restrictions that we should use only this alphabets or alphanumerics or any combinations we can represent. Under that, we can create our own. So I'm going to create an boiler. Yes. So come back, since there is already a fan exists. So now only like I wanted to create, I guess, like rotary compressors, right? Motors. Okay, here I will mention like some FD fan 9101. I'll go for the new entries 9101. Here I will mention FD fan. So save it. Since it's an backend one, customizing request will get generated under this request number. I'm going to save it, my changes. So come back, go for your technical objects. Now you should be able to see the object. See, one we have created as an FD fan. Just now this was not available. We have created a boiler. So I am selecting this boiler. Yeah, it comes under, this means this boiler comes under object type called boiler. Okay. Then authorization group, who are authorized to make any changes. So authorization group will be there. So this also can be configured. So here you can see define authorization groups for technical objects. Quickly, like I'll go into this authorization groups. So here no entries are there. So I'll go for the new entries. I'll create one authorization group. Assume like some 3000 I'm creating as a maintenance team. Means maintenance team is responsible for any changes or authorized to make any changes. For this, there will be an authorization object will be assigned by the concerned team and assigned to our roles. So let me go for this particular case. Here authorization group I will select. Till now it was not there. I have configured it just now, so it will be available. Where you do your configurations, all configurations in a public cloud you will be performing under configure your business processes. Okay, central business configurations under this. So let me come back to your object again. So authorization group I have filled up. Is there any manufacturers? As I said, like Siemens boiler, assume I'm mentioning the name of like Siemens. Like we go for your location data, everything is fine. So here I'll go for the location under 1710 during organization level we have created, right? Means the standard we have seen this. So assume like boiler area, I'm selecting that, or we can create our own. If I go for a plant section, so under a plant sections and production area, see here we have created a plant section called 100 and 101. So I'm selecting this 101 or 100. Okay, anyone you can select. This is responsible for production area in charge. So ABC indicator is there. What do you mean by ABC indicator? ABC indicator is how critical this particular equipment is. Again, I'll go for your so configure your business processes here. Like define ABC indicator. Since like ABC indicators doesn't exist now, so let me create our own. Go for your new entries. So as a standard, like I'm going to create what is A and what is B. We can define our own based on the requirement, but as of now, I'm following the standard one. So I'll say like very critical comes under the very critical equipment comes under the A category. Okay. Another one, like say less critical, like medium or critical equipments. This is less critical. Okay, just for example purpose, very critical or critical equipment, less critical, non-critical or less critical or non-critical. Anyone you can segregate it. So save it. Since like boiler comes under the critical equipments, so I will mention. Let me go to technical objects. Like here I'll mention under. Now you will be seeing ABC category. Let me go for an A category. Now this is the production work centers. You know about it. We have created our own work centers. Let us call like K. See here, boiler and economizer somewhere. It is mechanical team one or something like this. So I'll select the first one. You wanted to sort under any values like field values, you can sort it. Like I'll say boiler one, like with the name of B1. Organizational data, everything got copied from your here production work center, right? This production work center, whatever I have selected is different, so I should not be doing it. So purposefully I have done it. I will explain you why I should not maintain our work center under my production work center. So later classes we will discuss. Our work center should be mentioned only in the maintenance work center, which comes of 0005 category. Okay, it should not be done here. By mistake I have done it, so I'm removing it. Okay, you're not supposed to maintain this. Then what value I should maintain here under a production work center? It's related to the PP module, and what is the use of it I will explain you later. Then the cost center, okay, is why it is related, like cost and all, everything it is maintained. Like receiver cost center we will call, all expenditures and all will be accounted under this. So I'm selecting as of now like standard work center I'm going to select. So let me go for your plant maintenance. So enter over here structure. If I go, so this particular boiler 01 is under 800 megawatt and UT1, and under UT1 is under Kia 1. So everything is set your superior technical object. So let me save it. So final, I'll go for the last one, FDFAN, right? Let me go for unfunctional locations. Let me go for your technical object. So here technical object category is EM. So everything is set. Location label is too long. Okay. See here, like location label, it is coming it as in too long. Right, let me check. So I am getting an error. 30 places are available. As I discussed, like there is an 40, right? 30 places are available for the functional location label. However, the label that you entered is 31 characters long. There is an option that I have to reduce this. Means 31 I have mentioned, like I should go for 30. Yes, but I have maintained it as in 40, well within that. But let me check any configuration setting is possible for this. Here everything is fine. Here everything is fine. Okay, come back. Normally, like in okay, I have time. So I'll come back you on that regarding this. So as of now, like I'm changing it to FD fan like iPhone means FD fan 01. Okay, it should not be the case, but still, okay, I'll come back on that particular error. So as of now, I'm changing it to FDFN. So I will explain you why it is not allowing. So here, let me go for your description like FD fan 01. Obviously, this is an object type comes under FD fan. So we have already customized and we have kept. I'm saving under this. So okay, object type here any inventory number is available. We can put it up with starting date. Like I'll mention the starting date, some random starting date, like any weight or unit of measurement. Like we can have it. Assume like some unit of measurement. Like I'm keeping it. Some weight. Manufacturer I will mention. So Siemens Motor. Assume. Okay, country like manufacturer here. So any model number is available. We can mention like model number, any model number, serial number is available. We can have like equipment serial number. Any part number is available. Like randomly, I am mentioning some part number over here. Acquisition value, like if anything is there, we can mention. So acquisition date, we can mention. Okay. So there are two types of warranties: customer warranty and vendor warranty. Customer warranty, assume like warranty provided by the customer. Yeah. And vendor warranty is purchased by the vendor. Inherent warranty is like this will be inherent from the top hierarchy. Okay. And pass on warranty or passing on the warranty from high level to the low level. Yes. And warranty start date. And here like I'll consider some end date. Yes, vendor warranty is purchased by the vendor. That warranty details we can provide over here. I'll go for on location data. Here, all these details got inherited or copied from the topmost hierarchy. So if you wanted to change, we can change it or we can leave it as it is. So FD fan, right? I'll write like FD1 organizational data. All these also values like whatever you are seeing got copied from topmost hierarchy, and we have created our own planner groups. Yeah, during configuration setting, like we can select that planner group or boiler planning team or whatever. So I'm going for one planner group who is responsible for planning the activities. If any partner responsible or any department responsible, we can select this. I'll go for the department responsible partner details and all created by the SD team. Like here, our job is to just select it. As of now, we don't have any objects. But here, let me check like any person responsible, any persons are there. I guess like no. Okay. This once it is created, we can have over here. So go for your structure part. So if you look at this hierarchy now, FD fan 1 is under boiler 01, boiler 01 is under 800 megawatt, is under UT1, Kia 1. Okay, everything is set. So of course I wanted to allow the equipment installation allowed. So everything is fine. So let me save it. All the hierarchy levels we have created it. So done. The new topic means extension to the earlier topic, that is technical objects. Till now, like we have seen the functional locations, so I will cover the equipments. So last class, like we have created an functional locations of five hierarchy levels. Like first, let me open this. Like I can see this levels in a technical object individually or an asset viewer. Okay, there is a new app called like asset viewer. Like I'll show you that particular app. Let me go for this first. Like I'll find a technical object. Okay, or like you can go to the display technical object also. Let me go to then find a technical object. So here we can search for our technical object. What kind of object we are searching? As of now, like we have covered functional location. So I'm selecting this functional location object. And what is an object type? Okay, if I'm looking at the top level, like obviously like I have not selected any technical object types at that level, right, which is not relevant. So I won't be selecting this. And then I will go for a maintenance plant. So all our functional locations are created under obviously like 1710. It is a fully configured one. So I am selecting this. Apart from this, I haven't filled any location or plant sections, superior technical objects for that particular topmost hierarchy. So my intention is to search like topmost hierarchy. So I'm searching like that. Okay, if you have means have in you given any inputs for the location planner groups, like we can provide that input. So we can search over here, see a technical object. So many technical objects which are created like recently, we can select it with an hierarchy, see here. Or with respect to the technical object, here also we can filter it out. With respect to an object type, we can filter it out. So all those things we can do it. Or more details like you wanted to see, assume like ABC indicator, authorization groups. So any changed by your company code, you wanted to see any cost and main work center plant. So more details we can add in the list like planning plant. So let me select this. See here. Then in our structure display, like here I could able to see all the details like location, plant section, superior technical object, planner groups, main work center, whatever we have added. Likewise, we can add more columns. See here. There are available are like 119 as of now, like we have added a 10 in that, like we wanted to sort and by name or like an ascending order, or like you wanted to filter it out with respect to something. So everything we can do it. Change it by date with the date selection you wanted to achieve. Then let me go for one of the functional locations. Just randomly, like I'm opening one functional location. So this way we can see it. All the details. So complete like we will have it. That general data, installation information, installation location, we will be having it, and what is the system status of it. It will be too early to work on these maintenance notifications orders. Like in coming classes, we can see about that. Yeah. Now, example say like individual object I wanted to look, not in a list wise. Then you can go for an app called display technical object. So go for your display technical object. See here we can search only one, not at the list level. Yes. And what is our first functional locations? We can search from there, like, or if you know it, like you can type it. So example say like I can type like this. This is my first list. It will come up. You can choose among that. No, I don't remember any names. Then you can go for an F4 button, search button. Again, it will take you to this selection criteria. Okay, you can search over here, or you can make an advanced search. Understood? Like this is a basic, like basic search or advanced search, we can go for it. So here we can choose in search in equipment function locations or more. So here in this way we can make it entry, and you'll have a list over here. Okay, search for like this. So you remove this particular search. Now search in. So functional locations, in this you wanted to give an individual input. So likewise you'll have a list. Assume like I'm searching for a manufacturer of a set, one manufacturer name we can give, or authorization group we have given. Assume like 3000, like if you wanted to search for that. So wherever this 3000 is mentioned, all those functional locations will appear. Because like for the boiler, this functional locations and this FD fan, we have given an authorization group. So 3000. That is the reason like we could see the two functional locations as a result. This applies for the individual level. Okay. Yes, now I have come to the first hierarchy level. Like in this, like you wanted to see an hierarchy, you can go for, you can also, and here there is an display technical object in asset viewer. Okay, in asset viewer, we wanted to see, then we can see the hierarchy level also. The topmost hierarchy was like year one, and under that there is an unit one, under that there is an 800 megawatt plant, under that there is an boiler one, under that there is an FD fan one. This is what hierarchy we have maintained. If we create something new, then it will get added up to these hierarchies. Assume like under boiler 01 there is another one FD fan exists, like we can create it instead of again creating just same thing we can maintain, and we can add like FN02. Yeah. And if I come to this here, I wanted to make one correction, that is functional locations maximum characters in public cloud, it is 30. So there is no option in our this public cloud for 40 characters, it is limited. Okay, so for an information purpose, I'll maintain like private cloud bar on premise, we have a 40 character, we can extend it. For public cloud it is 30. Yes, there is a limitation in public cloud. So where we can utilize the descriptions, in our case, or long text we can mention if we are not satisfied, or morely we will rely on the structure part. Okay, multiple structures we can create instead of going in a length of 40 characters at a time. Then I'll come back. Then again, I will go for one creation of another one object. Go for your functional location. Ensure you're using the right edit mask. So this is our edit mask. So it is fine. Then technical object name we should be giving it from our side. So we'll create like another one FD fan exists. Okay. Then we'll go for the equipment topic. So instead of 01, I'm going for the 02. So continue. So all the details like wherever it can be inherited from the highest hierarchy, it will be copied. This 3000. So all those stuff. So I'll be entering all these things. Again, FD fan, F102, second one. Obviously, like we have created our own object type. So I'll be selecting that object type. Then startup date, you can select startup date, then country, region, if anything. So if you maintain like more data, then we will be having a more stronger master data will be available for the user. So model number, so year, construction year and month we can have it. So manufacturer part number, manufacturer serial number. So randomly entering it. If it available, like we can enter it, or else it's fine. We are aware of this master data, warranty start date and end date, we can have it. We are aware of what is inherited warranty and pass on warranty will be passing on to the down level or inheriting from the highest hierarchy level. Vendor warranty is warranty provided by the vendor. Go for the location. So these details like inherited from your topmost hierarchy. Location, plant section, ABC indicator, what criticality of the level of the equipment, and sort field we can enter it. Sort field I'll mention like this FD1, the same sort field. So when you search for all the FD fans with the FD1, then we can sort it easily. All the FD fans will be under this FD1. Production work center, you discussed, this is not a maintenance work center, this is related to the production team. PP module this is an integration between PP and the PM module. That time will during creation of the maintenance order I will be explaining this production work center. Go for your organizational data tab. Here we can use it like which planner is responsible for planning these things. So I'm selecting randomly 910, or you wanted to configure it, we can configure this. So quickly, like we'll go into the configuration session. Let me go for a central business configuration sessions where we can perform our configurations. Central business configurations, under that like configurations. In public, in private or on premise, this thing there will be a transaction code called SPRO, we can use that. Here we have to come to central business configurations. So go for your asset management and then go for your asset master data. Since we are dealing with the technical objects, So organization structure, see, here we can find only types of technical objects which I have done it already, and define authorization groups. This also we have performed. So during equipment we will be seeing these two things. Okay. Structure indicator, so which is a prerequisite condition for the creation of function location. This also we have done it. So we'll go for an organization data. Here we will be finding this planner groups. I guess like we have covered plant sections already. How we can divide our plant into a production areas. Yeah, all those things we under 1710 plant we have created it. Boiler area in charge, a turbine in charge, or FD fan in charge specifically wanted to mention. So likewise we will go to planner groups. This we have covered it all organization data already, but still. So let me go for your mechanical team, right? Next available number is 911, right? Boiler planning team is there. Next I'll go for 912. Yeah, go for your new entries for 1710 planning plant. I'm creating a new planner group called 912. The name is FD fans, FD something like this. Okay. And we can save it since it is in backend configuration setting. There will be a prompt for customizing request will appear. So I'm saving under the same request. So continue. So we are ready with the new planner groups. Let me utilize in our planner group level. See here, new one is FD fan planning team. I'm using this 912 instead of 9110 earlier. Okay, we can edit it. It is not an issue. So I guess like maintenance work center also we have created like two work centers. If I'm not wrong, see here, B1 EC M1 is there, M2 is there. I'll utilize like M2 now. M2. Let me go for the new maintenance work centers, which was already created. So same cost centers I will be using it. In this case, like we'll be taking help of costing team for the work center for this particular area. All your costs and all will be settled in this work center. Means whatever maintenance cost will spend on this particular functional locations, it will be settled under this cost center. Technical object cost centers. This is the partners associated with respect to the technical objects. Here we'll be entering it. The data will be maintained with an SD team or any consent team. Go for your structure, who is the topmost hierarchy. Here will come up. In any positions you wanted to maintain, like it's an open text. Assume like we wanted to mention a position of say like fifth position or fourth position, whatever. Based on that, we can use it. And technical object installation allowed is tick marked. Okay. Construction type we will see it during our serial number concept. So rest everything is fine. Yes. So I'm going to save it. So this new functional location got added. So again, you wanted to check, then you can go to the display technical object and you can see then you wanted to view that data. You wanted to make any changes, then we can use an app called change technical object. So let me go for in to change technical objects. Assume like I am in this. So recently created one is FDF, right? FDF01. So continue. So I'm in a change mode. If any object, any descriptions I need to change, I wanted to add something or change something, so I can do all those steps. Let me go for location data. So assume everything is fine here. Go for your organization data, the planner group. So I wanted to change the planner group from 920. Assume like I wanted to change it to 911. Yeah, these changes we can do it under change technical object. So continue. Now we are ready with all the functional locations whichever we require. So we'll switch to the new topic called equipment. But the Fury app, same Fury app, I'll be using it. But in this time, I'll be using not functional location, equipment. Then we will see what is the difference between these two things. Yeah. So let quickly, like I'll go into the equipment concept. In SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud Asset Management, an equipment is an individual physical asset that needs to be maintained independently. Okay. When the concept comes, the asset which needs to be maintained independently, then this particular equipment uh, is needs to be created. Okay, it represents a single identifiable object. Okay, such as like individual object. I'm saying it. It's a pump, motor, or like one generator, or like some vehicle, or in the transformer. We can segregate all those things based on the category. We will be seeing that each equipment has its own maintenance history. We can have like individual history maintained for individual equipment. Then of course the cost and the breakdown records, okay, and the performance tracking, we can do it at equipment level. Each characteristics of equipments like unique identification number will be having it. So this number can be like equipment number, can be a internal and extra or external. We can choose any. So system generates, or we wanted to give an external numbering, it is possible. For the functional location is concerned, only external numbering is possible. Yep. And this equipment, individual equipment, can be installed but dismantled at functional locations. Okay. And we can track, like, of course, life cycle history can be tracked. Supports like preventive and corrective maintenance can have like serial number linkage. Of course, we can have a serial number for this individual. Why? Because for an equipment, there will be a same construction type exists. When same construction type exists, means same type construction types exist, then how we can differentiate when there is the same construction type? The concept is serial number. We can link this linkage. The best example is any mobile manufacturing companies manufactures mobiles in thousands of numbers, right? How they'll identify of the same construction type? Through serial number concept. Yeah. This is integrated with finance, like asset accounting. We'll be checking that later. And how we can structure this equipment, right? In what hierarchy level, like in what structural level it comes up. Equipment is a part of the technical object hierarchy. Yeah, just now we saw first, like we'll be creating a functional location. It represents you where, okay, where that particular functional location exists. And of course, like equipment individual, like what is that object. Yeah, under that we can have a sub equipment or a components. Yes. Then function locations assume it's in boiler area. Just now we created it. So I'll go back to our equipment concept. Here we are in the boiler area. Assume in that again like FD fan area. So individually I wanted to mention any boiler pump or motor or FD fan area and boiler pump. So boiler area, FD fan area. I can have, then equipment is your boiler pump, and here it is a FD fan motor level. Okay, sub equipment again like pump or FD fan setup, sub motor. I'll say like some small like fan motor. Okay. Sub equipment kind of thing if exists. Yes. Next, equipment master data. What are the key fields? Like while creating it, like we'll be discussing it quickly. Like I'll jump into creation of a technical object data. As I said, how we can segregate our equipments at a different level. Say, assume like pump, motor, or vehicle or something. That is your category. So mainly, like we'll be having a missions categories, production resource tools, and your customer equipments. Like say vehicles, we can segregate our things in the vehicles or serial numbers in our logistics. We can use it. First thing is missions which are directly related to your production. So I'll be selecting a M. So what about the P? P is related to an equipments called tools. Okay. It is also equipment, but we are categorizing it under the P, which is not directly related to the productions. Those are the tools. Means what is the best example? Assume like any sensors or any measuring instruments. So all those things comes under the P category. Let me go to the M category. And why I am keeping this as a blank means like we are using a internal numbering range. Okay, number could be in alphabets or numerics or alphanumerics. So majorly like we'll be using a numeric numberings and internal number range. So system will generate it. So I'm technical create a technical object. This is the number which it gets generated. Once it will save it, like numbers get generated. So long text, like we wanted to create given in length of descriptions more than like some 40 characters, we are going to long text and we'll maintain that. So some 40 characters length we can use it in description level. So here I will mention FT fan motor iPhone some 01. So class we will see it later. Object type obviously like we have created our own object. So FD fan. I can select this, or in general like you wanted to select like motors or something, we can create our own, or I can use this motors. So I wanted to segregate under motors. Startup date you can select it. Authorization group you can select it. who are authorized to make any changes. So weight bar unit of measurement, assume like some weight, all those things we can provide if available. Some dimensions, it is in free text, like we can give the dimensions randomly. I'm providing it. So I'll give the manufacturer's name. So country. If you monitor like loosely, these fields, whatever we are providing it, we have maintained already for the functional locations, right? Same way. Likewise, only we are maintaining it for equipment. Yeah. Then what is the difference when everything is the same? Like why we are maintaining it? As I said, this is an individual object that comes under area. So we will see it a bit a difference. So here I have mentioned the differences. What is this represent? What this represents? The functional location represents a location. But in case of equipment, it is a physical object. Yes, this is also a technical object, but it's a physical one object. It represents like location here we are representing. Mobility, it is unmovable and it is a fixed. Function location is fixed. This example here, I am saying it as in pump, individual one, and here I am calling it as in boiler room in a larger like structure way. How we can track like individually we can track it. Here area based we are tracking it. Yeah. Here also it is possible, but here accurate like individual level, this is preferable. Most preferable is equipment. This is the difference between equipment and function location. Both are technical objects. So I will mention both are technical objects and we can perform maintenance on both objects. The major differences are this. Yes, model number. I'm selecting like I'm mentioning some model numbers, a month. So part number, randomly I'm mentioning it. Some serial number I'm mentioning it. Acquisition value, you're aware of it. So acquisition date I will mention. So without these acquisition dates or startup dates, we won't be having an proper reports in future. So these values will play a major role in generating the reports for break, especially like breakdown reports, or you wanted to see any mean time between failure or mean time to repair, all those things. These dates will help you. So customer warranty, I'm selecting some warranty. I'm selecting and this. So all these details I have filled it in the general data, and then I'll go for the location data. Here I'm mentioning it. So 1710 location. We can mention some fan area, boiler area, economizer. See all these things relevant. I'm selecting this boiler area, and we have divided our plant into production areas. So I'll be selecting these production areas. Criticality of this A is very critical. How to configure these things I have showed you. So sort field, we are into the FD fan, right? I'm selecting like FD fan. Related things comes under FD1. Organizational data. So location data also we can fill it up like name, postal code of this object address, right? And so planner groups. Just now we configured a planner group. So I'll be selecting this FD fan related one. So work center here, like I'll select like maintenance work center. I've selected like a K1. So let me K underscore. Okay. What's this like K underscore? K underscore. So this M1 or M2 we can assign it. Catalog profile, there is a separate session. We will see that catalog profile that time. And I'll go for run cost center. See here, what is in cost center? This is all our expenditures will be settled under this. So I'll be selecting here like plant maintenance in general. Yes. Then go for your structure. So here, what is a change? It is not an hierarchy level, right? It is installed. That is what like we learned just now. If I go for an equipment, the difference it says is we can install it. See, movable or fixed. Okay. And here also I have mentioned in the top, can be installed but dismantled at function locations. How we can achieve this installation? So as of now, if you look at the status, so is AVLB available? So where you wanted to install it? So here. So how? I will show you. So any identification number we wanted to give. Why? Because user cannot remember these numbers, or he wants to search a equipment with a different name, or they are used to the different names at plant level, a shop floor level with detail engineering drawing names or some other name, P&I names, they can mention over here. So just for our easiness, like I'm giving here technical ID number as an FD1. Okay. And construction type, like as I said, it is linked to the serial number. That time we will see it. Like let me save it. This equipment. Now this equipment is exists. Right. I'm in a change mode now. Yeah. So let me go for your. So change structure. You wanted to change the structure means I wanted to install this under certain equipment. So I have to select this. So where you wanted to install. So let me go for this case. Superior technical object. You can search which object. So there are so many objects are there. What kind of object you wanted to search? I wanted to search like functional location. Under which functional location you wanted to install. Okay. So description, technical object description wise you wanted to search, or like planning plant wise you wanted to search. You can fine tune that. So these things. So here you can choose. You wanted to install under the equipment 800 megawatt or boiler 01 or FD fan 1 or FD fan. So I wanted to install under like FD fan 1 area. So I have selected it. Now if you check the system status, it is INST means installed. Yeah. So here it has come. INST means installed. So this is how we are going to install it under any functional location. So save it. The data has been saved. Got it. The same likewise, I can go and install any other n number of equipments under like functional locations if there is no restrictions. So or you wanted to change it, we can also change it. Let me go for this create technical object again. Again, I'm going for this object. See here, instead of creating again like new, so if you wanted to create a new object, same likewise the earlier one which we have created, just you go to the technical object and you can search and you can mention. Yeah. If you don't remember this, so let me go and search this equal to A. ABC indicators equal to A. And let me search this. See, this is the first object like what we created. All right. Using selection criteria, I have searched. Means critical equipment I have searched, easy let us come or authorization group. Earlier we have seen this how we search the function location. Same likewise I'm searching it for equipment. So just you select this. This is an selection button, like you can click on this will get selected. Now I'm creating a new equipment with reference to this equipment number. Yeah. So just continue it. This is invalid from date, from which date, like from past date also we can select it. Yeah. So when I'm copying this technical object, I'm using this as a reference, then what all data to be copied, it will give an option. So I'll select all these things, or you can just say like select all. So anyway, we haven't uh, done or maintained any classifications or any long text. We have not maintained any measuring points and counters as of now. We have not maintained. So you can remove all these things which are not required. Got it. So installation location, you just like means you wanted to assign under the same function location. So you can select this. So I want to do that, and later like I wanted to show you how we can change that. So copy it. So everything got copied. Obviously, I have to change the name. If this is a second motor of the same function location, then obviously like I have to change it. No, this is another one motor with a different one. Then I can make it like change it, or like I can maintain the same name. It depends. So quickly, like I'll show all these location data. So everything got copied. You wanted to make any changes? Of course, we can make these things. Let assume like I wanted to make the changes here. So different work center, different group of people are responsible for this motor. Then I'm changing this. I'm changing it to mechanical team 02. Go for your structure part. So here it got copied this part, FD fan 01. Okay, so save it. I don't want to install under this. So then what I should do it? So go for it. Like I'll show you. Yeah, display technical object in a hierarchy level, how it looks like. Display technical object, individual object I wanted to show you. So go for this object, display technical object. Of course, I want to display. So here, go for here. There are so many options like how we can check the hierarchy. One of the option I'm showing you lengthily when you are in individual one, how we can go for an asset viewer. Okay. So this way you can check it out. See here, we have complete like a hierarchy, object level. In on-premise, like you see, there is a separate structural display transaction code, but now it is with asset viewer. Everything is included in asset viewer, and that we can access it through equipment itself. So now you can see this object ID, and you can see all the complete hierarchy from top to bottom. And here we have installed under this, right, two equipments. But like see, name I wanted to change it, of course. And if you decide this got automatically installed under this fdfan01, but I wanted to remove this and install, means dismantle it from this location, and I have to install under this location. Yes, then that time this name could be we can maintain it as the same moto01. So how we can achieve it? So quickly, like I'll go into this. So I'm not satisfied, means by wrongly like I have installed assume under this fan one, I have to change it. So this is my technical object. Here saved it. Let me go for a change structure. So here I cannot directly change it. I have to dismantle it. If I dismantle from this location, so assume it lasts like with a data transfer or without a data transfer. I'm not selecting with a data transfer. So newly like I want to install assume. So now here your system status will get changed from installation to available now. Why? Because I have dismantled it. Here also you can see nothing exists. So I'm just saving it. If you go back to your asset viewer and if I refresh here, this particular equipment going to be available. Yeah. Then that is there in the system, but it is just available, not installed under any functional location. So quickly, like I'll jump into change one, and I want to install this equipment which is just available, not installed under any functional location. So I'll go for the change structure and I wanted to install it. So I'll select fan 2 as my new functional location to get installed. So okay, your system status got changed to inst. So save it. Let me go back to my asset viewer and refresh it. So I wanted to check this hierarchy level in an asset viewer. So there, here there is an any one equipment. Anyway, we have seen this. Under this, nothing was there. So now it is installed under FD of N02. This is how we can install or we can dismantle from one location and we can install under one location. Yeah, and how we can take a reference of one equipment and we can create exact the same equipment. Yes, and whatever changes, any fields we wanted to change it, we can change it. Even equipment installation of location also. Yes. So quickly, like I'll go into the characters like structure we have seen, and tabs we have seen. The general data tab we have seen where we have selected like equipment category as M as of now. Okay, description we have mentioned, like object type we have done, manufacturer model we have maintained, location data, function location, plant section, work center we have maintained, organization data we have maintained, cost center we have maintained, superior equipment or functional locations we have maintained, warranty data we have maintained. Categories like as of now we have seen like M category. Then serial number integration we will see it like further. So all those things like we can check it out later. Okay, what is a real-time example of this? Like function location, assume like cooling tower, equipment is your fan or motor and water pump. Don't get confused with an functional location and equipment. Both are technical objects. The difference like I have showed over here, if any like equipment fails, and obviously notification created for equipment like maintenance order, we have to perform and work on it, maintenance job on that, and cost and history is updated after that. We will be discussing the serial number topic. So a serial number is an unique identifier assigned to an individual like physical asset to track it throughout its life cycle. So we are aware there is an equipment, means the same construction type of equipment exists in the system. Then how we can identify it? Why we wanted to identify the same physical equipment? What is the purpose of it? Like track individual equipment units. We can track like how many individual equipment units exist of the same construction type, for example, and of the same material, assume like construction type. The main reason is like we wanted to maintain a history of maintenance. Right. If you wanted to maintain history of that particular maintenance of that equipment, then we need to consider it as an equipment, okay, of that particular material. Then we can enable like warranty tracking, support traceability, like audit bar compliance purpose. This will be used. Assume the equipment material called like motor. We procure like 10 numbers. Then each material like we want to track it as an history of maintenance. Then we have to activate it as an equipment. Then we will be having a serial number concept. Okay. So how to do this in public cloud? We will see it. What are the Fury applications used for it to manage material serial numbers? Before that, that material should have any prerequisites configuration settings. Yes, obviously the profile should be assigned. Material should be assigned a serial number profile to it. So how to do that? We'll go for an display. So let me go for customizing one. I'm into serial numbers and bill of materials. Yes. Then we'll go for the display of the material, which material you wanted to create. See here, I'll consider for example purpose, I'm considering a motor. Okay, see the material code which is created is SP007. Let me select this, continue. So here views are there. Let me go to general plant data bus storage to continue. Plant 1710, plant. Then if any storage locations we can provide that irrespective of the storage location. I'm going into it. See in the tab view plant data storage to, there is a select serial number profile. So here we need to select the profile. As of now already configured like serial number profile YPM1, that I'm going to select here. Okay, if not we can select like it is already there. Yeah, for example purpose, like I'm going to save it. This is how we do. Now this is a prerequisite conditions to have a serial number for this particular material number. Okay, if not we cannot have it. So next, like how we can create a serial number for it. Then let me use an app, manage material serial number. The same thing I have mentioned over here, manage material serial numbers. Okay, I'm going for this particular app. So here already like material serial number exists. Those details are visible. Let me create a new one. We are aware for which material we wanted to create a serial number. So let me go for a material code SP007. See here, the serial number will be generated by the system. So need not to provide under what equipment category I need to mention. Since I wanted to do a maintenance, so I wanted to activate an equipment view for it for this material. I'm creating under a category called missions category, which we are familiar with. So continue. So this is the screen what is visible. So here let me correct what kind of stock type. If we are not aware, we can easily ask the material management team or like concerned team which stock type needs to be selected. Okay, then let for the example purpose I'm selecting unrestricted like use stock. Any batch, the plant of course I wanted to create it for 1710. Then storage location, you wanted to use the storage location 171A. Then yeah, everything is fine. So right, so let me save it, create it first. Means one serial number got created. See already like in the system 2 exists. Now another one we are going to create it, that is a 3 number. Okay, number 3 got generated. Now I wanted to activate an equipment view for it. Example, see there is a material of same construction type. Assume there are three numbers are there. Okay, but I wanted to activate an equipment view since like I wanted to do the maintenance at it and you want to track. So the reasons like I have provided over here. For that purpose, I'm going to activate an equipment view. How? See here, there is an activate equipment view. So got it, which I'm doing it manually. So let me activate an equipment view for it. So perform this action. Okay. Now if you look at it, there is an equipment number got generated. Yes. Now I'll go into the change technical object. So continue. So here we can provide the details. What kind of object it is. Okay. I wanted to group under like FD fan. Then inventory number start update. Let me take the start update. Let me take like authorization group, unit of measure. You're well aware of it, all those things. So go for your manufacturer, country. So all these things we can provide these details. Let me directly go to the location data. And what is the maintenance plant? In location, let me go for the location. Let me select like FD fan location. Plant section, you wanted to subdivide under the production areas. So criticality of the equipment, I will say like under B category. Then next we'll go for an organization data. So who is the planner group? We can provide all these details. Okay, comes under this maintenance work center. So we have already created an work center. So let me go for an work center name. So this. So related over plant will be corporate planning plant is taken as the plant for the main work center. Understood. Wanted to assign any partner function related to it, a department responsible or person responsible. Let me go for a person responsible. So here we can say go search for the persons. If any one person is available, see here one person is available. Let me assign that particular person responsible. This is called partners. So let me go for a structure. Here you wanted to install under any function allocation. So we can do that. So how to install here? Go for your change structure, install. Then see here you can search under which is a superior technical object you wanted to install. I wanted to install under a functional location. So let me go for a functional location. Select this. Then for which maintenance plant, select this. Go. So we have created under select Kia 1. You wanted to install under assume the motor under one boiler. Okay, this one 800 megawatt boiler 01. So any ID you wanted to keep it, I will mention as a technical identification name MTR. So let me go for a serial number data. So this is the third number. How many exists in the system? There are three. Three exists and this is the third one. Okay. So if you go for a structure, see here, construction type is your material code itself. This is an equipment number, what it got generated, and this is a construction type is your material code. So let me save this. How to see equipment numbers against the material, right? Let me go and search for it. See, there is a transaction code, there is a Fury application where we can display material with respect to the serial number list. So enter. So we don't know which are all the equipments. So since like easy thing is providing an input as a material a code, this material if I execute there should be three numbers. See here, 1 2 3. Construction type is this SP00007. Okay, the equipment numbers are these. Got it? This is got manually created. Yeah. Again, like there is another one material exists already exists in the system. We wanted to activate an equipment view for it. Then how we can do? So again, we will go into manage material serial numbers. I'm showing you the manual method. Again, I'm going for this. We know already three exists. The fourth one, we are going to create it. Anyway, the system will generate the number automatically. So here I will maintain a stock type as unrestricted stock. Plant 1710. Storage location is 171A. For example purpose, I'm considering this. Everything is fine. Let me create it. Okay. Then for this, there is no equipment number. I need to activate an equipment number. So let me go and activate an equipment view for it. So perform this action. See, equipment view got generated, number 7. So there is an equipment got created automatically. So here we know all the details we can provide under what object type we wanted to segregate under. So let me select this, then go for your location data. So in the location data, you can provide like maintenance plant 1710. And then only major like mandatory details I'm providing over here. While practicing, we can provide all the details. Okay. So planner group, we'll say like boiler. So we know the work center plant is 1710 work center. Then so here, yeah. So work center plant will be taken automatically. Next, like I'll go for this case, then structure. So here where we wanted to install this superior technical object, go and change the structure, install. So here let me select like technical object type is your functional location, maintenance plant. Then let me choose the functional location. This time like we will install under assume like FD fan. Okay. Anyway, save it. Go for your serial number data. Then see here, there are already 4 numbers exist and this is the 4th one, system generated. So got it. Save now. Now I wanted to see the list. So here if I go and update it, the 4th number exists. This is the manual method. So how we can have means assume like if we are procuring 10 numbers of same construction type materials, then how we can generate a serial numbers automatically and how we can have an equipment numbers created automatically. And that we will see it. So now let me go for my space master data in that like serial numbers and bill of materials. Okay. Assume like a procurement team has procured the 10 numbers of materials. See here. First, let me go and show you the display materials. As of now, we are having 4. Additional to this particular 4, we have seen like how we have created manually. Already existed in the system and we have provided a serial number, generated a serial number and activated an equipment view. Now assume like there are another 10 numbers are procured newly and we wanted to system to generate like these serial numbers automatically and provide an equipment number. So for that, assume they are receiving the goods. Okay. So what material they are receiving? Obviously like motor SP007. We are ready with this. What are the quantities? Quantity will mention for example purpose 10 numbers. Where for which plant? It is 1710 plant. Storage location 171A storage location. So everything is fine. Unrestricted use of stock type. So this is fine. Then movement type is fine. If any partners associated with respect to it, we can provide. Yes. So now system will ask about the serial numbers. We doesn't know like how many exist already. Assume if it is in more numbers. Now here it is fine. We know like we can provide, but we want a system to generate it. So we'll provide an option called like auto create a serial numbers. If we select this auto create serial numbers, next available number will be used. Yes, auto create serial numbers is selected. Now let me go and check for any issues. So document is okay. There are no issues found. So everything is fine. So let me go and post it. So 10 numbers has been procured now and it's posted. Now quickly, like I'll go into this particular app, like display material serial numbers list. This app. Now if I update, another 10 numbers should come up. See here from 5 sequential number, like continuing sequential number from 5 to 14. Now if we say for these particular things already, like equipment number also got generated, but there are no details exist for this. See here all these details, function locations, it is not installed. So we can activate, means we can fill out all these details. For example, purpose one, I will show you the serial number 5. Okay. So if I go for it, see here you can see all those things, the details. So display material serial number, it is displaying. Now I wanted to see the history, how it was. See, through this particular goods movement, this got created. 501 movement type, 1710 plant, 171A your storage location. So we can have all these details monitored. Like this is my equipment number, serial number is 5. So material number is this. Got it? Now we will see the concept of master data related to a BOM. Okay. What is bill of material? In SAP Asset Management, a bill of material is an hierarchical list of materials assigned to a technical object. In our case, like we'll consider an example of motor. For this particular motor, what are the spare parts assigned to it? Okay, it answers like BOM will answer you what parts are used in this equipment, say like motor, what spares are required for maintenance, and what quantity of each component is needed. Like quantity also it will be there. Like types of bombs in SAP public cloud will be seeing equipment bomb, functional location bomb, and material bomb. Equipment, assume we are considering again an FD fan one. Here like FD fan is an equipment assigned to a specific equipment, means bomb is assigned to this equipment only, contains spare parts relevant to that particular equipment. Example, like we have taken FD fan motors, bearing, coupling, lubricant, and etc. So next, functional location bomb. For this we will take an example of, assume we are having a functional location like boiler, and these spare parts are attached to specific to only functional location called like boiler, represent components for an entire system or area. Example, boiler area, walls, pipes, sensors, etc. Okay, and another one type of bomb is a material bomb, created for a material or finished product or assembly. Here material could be, just now we saw in serial numbers, that material could be a motor, pump, etc. They'll will treat it as an equipment. We'll activate an equipment view for it if we wanted to maintain an history. And of course, this material will be having its own bill of material, spare parts. So that comes under material BOM. Created for a material, finished product or assembly, mostly used in manufacturing, can also be referenced in maintenance. Right. And BOM usage. Right? BOM plays a critical role in maintenance planning, spare parts like management, and for the work executions, like technicians can see required materials in advance, reduces the downtime because of this, and the preventive maintenance BOM can be linked to task list for recurring maintenance. This in future we will see it. As of now, like we are integrating this BOM to the equipment function location, of course, the material itself. So quickly, like what is an Fury application we are going to use for this is object creation. And directly I'll go for this. So serial bombs I have kept. So let me go and create an technical object bomb first. Manage technical object bombs. This is a Fury application. Here let me go for and create which equipment we will consider. So before that we will see on equipment. Assume for FD fan motor we wanted to create a bomb. So this is my equipment, main equipment. As of now there is no bomb linked to it. So we will link a bomb. So this is my equipment. Select this. What is a plant associated with respect to this equipment is 1710. Bomb usage should be always like plant maintenance 4. So let me go and click equipment bomb. So the page will be opened. So now we can link. So assume like just for our easiness, like I'm linking one bearing. See here bearing. Quantity we can mention, say like drive and non-drive, and like both are mentioning like two quantities. I assume like some coupling. See coupling again like one quantity, and here I'll go for gasket. So shaft I'll mention like one quantity, and you can search also, like see here there is a search button, like you can go and search with a name. So assume like I wanted to search gasket. So gasket I'm selecting gasket over here, of course, like quantity one. So here item category will be whether it is a stock item or non-stock item, or whether it is a document item. So we can attach it, or we can go for say like some assembly like PM assembly, all those things. We can have our own category and we can link it. As of now we are considering a stock item material. So documents also we can attach the quantity or everything like it is mentioned. So let me save this. So now we have created a bomb for this equipment successfully. Let me go in an asset viewer. Say how to come to this particular asset viewer means we can search for any equipment. Assume see in this. Let me go back, find a technical object. Here we'll find a technical object. So this is my technical object which we created just now. So this for this we have already like maintained a bomb. So click on this. See here, from here you can go for asset viewer. Okay, now we are in the asset viewer. Assume like we wanted to see the bomb and all, you can just go for a navigator settings. So here you can choose which for which planning plant like you wanted to have all views, like views. I wanted to see all the views. Bomb plant you can mention. So okay, we can set our own navigation. So now we can see the bomb also over here. So for this equipment, we have set a bill of material specific for this equipment. See here, there is another one equipment for this cooling fan. There is only bearing. So this particular bomb is specifically for this particular equipment cooling fan. And this bomb, whatever we created just now, it is specifically for FD fan motor 101, this equipment. Okay, bearing, coupling, shaft, and gaskets. Okay, and for any equipment you wanted means assume this particular coupling has its own bomb again. Okay, PM assembly we can have that. So how to create that or how to maintain it as an assembly? First of all, then go back to this equipment just now created. So go into a change mode. So enter this equipment. Assume this coupling has its own bomb, just like a O-ring or any other spare parts it is holding. Okay, and then select this, then go for your item. See here status bar long text. Here you can maintain it as an PM assembly. So save it. Now we have maintained a bomb assembly for this. Okay, select this again. I'm showing go for your items. go for your status bar long text. So come down, see this is we have maintained as an assembly. Now we can maintain it as an BOM for this particular coupling also. Yes. So let me go for to maintain an again BOM for this coupling. So that comes under your material BOM. So let me go back to the Fury application called material BOM. See here, maintain bill of material for your materials. So what is your material? Material is your coupling, right? Coupling is this. So this is my coupling. For this you wanted to maintain a BOM. So create BOM. Since it doesn't exist, so select this. So plant for 1710. BOM usage is always plant maintenance 4. So all these things doesn't require valid from jet like create. See all stack items, whether it is stock item or a document you wanted to attach the materials or preliminary item, all those things we can do it. So as of now I'm attaching this. So just to keep it things easier, so I'm attaching a bearing of 1710 plant. So quantity of course 1, component quantity, yeah, like this. So let me save it. So you can have a number of components can be attached over here to this particular material. We have created first a BOM for an equipment specific for this equipment. Then we have creating for the any spare parts is having its own BOM. We mentioned it as an PM assembly, and now we have maintained a material BOM for that particular material. So come back. So done. Let me go for in asset viewer case. Let me refresh this. So this particular coupling has its own BOM now. So come down. So it is having a bearing. Now assume this is already is having an bearing. How we can change this? Or we wanted to add few more spare parts which was missing, or assume you want to delete something. So again I'm going to change this BOM which is created already, right? I'll go for a change equipment BOM Fury application. So here already it consists of one. Now I will add the coupling to it. So quantity I'll mention like one quantity, and I'm going to save it. Yes. Next, like I'll go for an asset viewer. See here, if I refresh, now it is having two BOMs. Cooling fan 01 is having a bearing and a coupling. Now, if you see for coupling as a material, okay, we are already added an bearing to it. Correct. It is having a bearing and coupling. Coupling is also having a bearing. So once if you create a material BOM, it will be the same. Whenever you use the same material anywhere, then it will be having its own BOM automatically assigned to it. So need not to create it again. So if you go back to your equipment BOM and check this coupling, so this is an assembly. There is a tick mark, right? By this, you will understand the material BOM concept. And now I will go back to functional location BOM and area. We can create an BOM for our area. So let me go for an manage technical objects BOM. Then we'll go for and create. So this time I'll select an functional location. Now I'll go for a BOM like boiler. For boiler area, we will create 1710. So save it. Component boiler will have assume I'm having like motor. Okay, this motors, this BOM. There's a bigger part we can have that. Then again like some spur gear, say like valves, some valves. Any valve is there? Harness any pipes? Yeah, pipeline material, gas pipeline filers. Okay, this again, and another one is standard. Okay, pipeline material also we will select, assuming so item category, let it be a stock item. So it is not like of plant category. So let me select it for N. Yes. So these are the bill of materials what we maintained for one functional location bomb. This way we can attach, means this is specifically for functional location. So let me go to an asset viewer to check this functional location, how it is visible. So let quickly, like I'll go into object, assume like I'm going for this, then go for your asset viewer. This is the topmost hierarchy what we have created functional location. Under this there are a lot many functional locations we created till down the line. So go for it. Before that I wanted to go for navigator settings, and I'll set the planning plant 1710. Then bomb plant also, bomb also has to be visible, so I'm selecting 1710 here too. Then I can see bomb. See, now for the boiler one area we are having a bomb, motor, gas pipelines like motors. Okay, again like morning we had created an serial number concept of bomb motor. See here, this is an motor, and it is again construction type is SP007, right? For this we had add a serial number. So now I can go for this equipment, and we can wanted to see the details, like we can see the details of it. The same way you have maintained for this FD fan also. So scroll it down. So here there is an FD fan motor one. Just now we have seen. Under this we are having an bearing and coupling and shaft. The coupling has its own again the bearing in it. See here, material bomb. This is another one equipment, sub equipment, cooling fan. So for this also we are having an spare parts. So another one motor also we had installed under this. So this is another one serial number. You can check it out, SP007. So this is another one again, a serial number. So same construction type. So everywhere it is the same. So now we can assume if there is an bomb for the, of course there is a bomb for this motor SP007. Now if I maintain a bomb for this material SP007, wherever this material exists, then bomb will be same. Automatically the bomb will be appearing for all the construction, since like same construction type. So quickly, like I'll go to material bomb. So here this time I will select create bomb. I'll select the material called motor. This motor is having a serial number concept. So wherever this exists, the construction type is, since construction type is same, the bomb will be the same. So select this, go for your 1710 plant, create. Now we will assign a bearing for it. First like bearing. Now next like we'll go for a coupling. We know the coupling has its own again thing. Okay, 1 second. Then we will go for 3, assume like shaft, assume like some spur gear. So like this. Alright, this many. Now we already know this coupling has its own bomb again. Yeah. And we still wanted to maintain this as an assembly. We can maintain this as an assembly indicator. Okay. So save. So we have maintained a bomb for the material SP007. Okay, and we know that the coupling also has its own bomb. Now, wherever you see SP007, since of its same construction type, and you will see the same bomb attached to it. Okay, now let me go for this case. Let me refresh here. Now we will see first SP007. Now it has its own bomb again. Actually, we had assigned a motor as a bomb for this functional location. And now this particular motor has its own bomb, so that we can see. And this also has having a coupling, and again like coupling has its own BOM, that also we can notice here. So apart from this, now we can witness motor here. So for this motor there is an BOM. SP007, this is the same construction type. We activated this as an equipment, so equipment number is there. Now this particular material has its own BOM. Bearing, coupling and shaft. Of course this coupling has its own BOM again. This is how we can create an equipment BOM, functional location BOM, and material BOM and this assembly. Okay, we will see the new topic again, which is linked to the technical objects, that is class and characteristics or classification system. Okay, together it is called. So we can have a characteristics and assign means group those characteristics for a class, for equipment, functional locations, and the materials. Okay, so we'll be more interested in first two things, technical objects. Those are equipment and functional locations, as we know. So assume like we'll consider an equipment called like motor, and what are the characteristics. So in simple language, what do you mean by the characteristics? The characteristics is nothing but the specifications. In layman language, we can say the specifications of those equipment. Values may be different, the specifications remains the same. Okay, we can add more or less for individual object, so we can group under one class. So first of all, we'll see this. A characteristic is a single attribute or property of an object. Example like power rating. Power rating is here 200 kilowatt of a motor. Yes, who is a manufacturer of it? What is the voltage of this what is the voltage, under what voltage this particular motor works? So capacity. Okay, overall capacity of the equipment. So types like numeric, characters, the values could be types like numeric we can have, character we can have, date or boolean. Okay, so class, coming to this particular class, like how it works, definition. A class is a group of characteristics. Okay, example like class pumps specifications, flow rate, pressure, motor power, material. Like how it works, create characteristics. First we are going to create a characteristics, then create a class, then assign those characteristics to the class, and assign that particular class to the equipments. Okay, we'll see all these things in a sequence a manner. So first, like let me create a characteristic. So first, like I'll go for creation of an, say like power capacity. Okay, power rating, assume 200 kilowatt motor. Yes, so I will go for, so here under this section I have kept the few tiles which are related to the class and characteristics. So here I'm going for this manage characteristics. Okay, what is my characteristics? So here the same particular one is used to create, change and display. So here I can give the name power underscore rating, power rating, and go for your create symbol. So just, so same, any further description we can give, power rating underscore motor. You wanted to group these characteristics under any particular groups, like we can allowed to group this. Okay, it's not a mandatory, but like we can group. There is a status we have to set for the creation. If it is in preparation, it is in preparation, we cannot use it. Locked means, as name suggests, like locked, we cannot use it. Released means we can easily like use it. Okay, there is an authorization group who are authorized to make any changes. Okay, that particular groups we can provide over here, and that particular group will be assigned to the ID. Those IDs can allowed to make any changes. Okay, as we discussed, like what are the data types allowed for this, whether it could be a numeric, character format, currency format, date format, numeric format, time format, right? So power is always, we'll be having a numeric format, so we can have it. If any decimals are allowed, so we can have a decimals also. So here I'll give like no decimals. I'll go for an at least like four characters. Unit of measurement is important, like whether you're measuring it in watts, kilowatts, or megawatts, or whatever. We can search for it. Which unit of measurement is applicable to it? So there is an kilowatt available for us. Okay, so I'm selecting a kilowatt. Certain means values, certain equipments has an multiple values for this. Okay, means the capacity could be like multiple, say 100 or 150. In that case, like these multiple values will be allowed. Interval values, like interval values or negative values are restrictable, like I let you know. First, like we'll go for the restrictable, means these characteristics can be used by who, means restrictable. So I wanted to use it to the class type called only equipment and the functional locations. Okay, means these characteristics I am going to use it only for the equipment or functional location. So I am restricting it. Okay, these options. Negative values is not necessary. You wanted to maintain the description in a multiple language, we are free to do that. Yes, and values, like any values like you want to restrict, we can restrict it to those values. So as of now, not necessary. I'm giving it as an open. So select this. I save it. Means one characteristics got created. Next, I'll go for another one characteristic like speed rating. So I'll go for the speed. So create it. Speed underscore rating underscore motor. Okay, status should be released. The data type should be, of course, like numeric. Here, how many characters? Say like some 5 characters. Here, I'll go for the unit of measurement. It should be like rotations per minute. So I'll select like rotations per minute. Okay. Here I will select interval values allowed. I will explain like why. Then I'll go for the restrictable. First, like I'll finish the restrictable like configurations. I wanted to restrict it for class type called equipment, and another one is called functional locations. Okay. Then I'll come back to this interval values allowed. I know like what is the maximum speed, what will be the minimum speed of the motor, and what is the maximum speed of the motor. It cannot go beyond that particular range. So I'll give the 0 to maybe like some 3000 rotations per minute. Means my value should be between this of any motor is considered. It can't be more than that. Yes, any range, like if you are aware, like technical specifications, based on that we can provide this. So I have set this range. Yeah, for the car, you take an example of the car, like from 0 to 400 kilometers range. Okay, it cannot go beyond that if you know the range of all the cars. But the same way we can restrict it this one. So here I have select like interval values allowed. Why? Because I have given a range of 0 to 3000. In between any value I can enter. That is what your interval values allowed. So save it. So assume like next, like I'll go for an voltage underscore rating. So what do you mean by this voltage rating? Voltage is always, again, it's in numeric. So instead of that, like I'm going to provide it characters. So we will see like how I'm going for the characters. Like here I wanted to give it as in 30 characters. Assume single values. I wanted to restrict like restrictable. So here, since it is a character ones, there is no interval values or negative values allowed. So go for your restrictions, go for your class type, go for your equipment or functional locations. I'm restricting it to both classes. Then the descriptions, multiple descriptions you can mention. So here, coming to these values, like here I will give certain values. Okay, what are those values? Values could be say, so here I will mention certain values. So 11 kV, 6.6 kV motors means voltage rating. Okay. Apart from that, we can have some 660 volts, so 415 volts, 110 volts, right? Like this, we can give a selection criteria. So detailed description we can provide over here. So whatever is suitable, like or applicable, we can give this. So these values are allowed. I am giving a character formats. Why I have gone for the character formats? Like I wanted to restrict it only for these selected values. Okay, so there won't be any issues in selecting it. So save it. This is one type of characteristics like we have created. Now let me go for the temperature. So here I will show you another one. So go for your temperature rating, and here of course it's a numeric, no debate in that. So here I will select like number of characters are 4 and decimal I will keep it as in 2 characters. Okay, 2 places. And unit of measurement, of course, like I'll go for Fahrenheit or some degree centigrade if available. Yeah, I'll go for the easier one, that is like Fahrenheit, which is available. Okay, we'll go for something interval values allowed. Here I wanted to show you a negative values allowed and restrictable. Yes, so go for the restrictables first. Class type, movement class. Go for your functional location class. So why I have selected like negative, temperature could be like positive or negative. So I'll go for these values. Negative values, assume like some random value. Continuous number, if you give like minus and this number, then it will become a minus. And if you give a space, then it will become a range, two range. So I'm giving like this minus 50 to plus 50. Okay, this is the range. So negative values, and of course like range. For that any value we have to we can maintain, that is interval values allowed and negative values is allowed. So here I have entered a negative value from minus to plus, a range. This is how we can provide the range over here. So save it. So we will continue that till like temperature rating we have done it. Next one, I will consider it as an assume like we would be requiring a manufacturer part number, something like this. So any individual, or like we wanted to mention our own manufacturer like serial number, if any unique identification or like technical identification number, I will write it. Anything we can choose. So let me go for, so manage characteristics. Again, I'm creating it, serial number ID, like go for the creations. We can group it as status should be released, authorization group, go for your data type. So I wanted to keep it under a character formats. Okay, anything we can mention. So maximum is 30 characters. So restricted, it should be restrictable only for the class type called equipment and the functional location as usual. I'm I'm selecting for these two only, equipment and functional locations. Then I will keep open. Multiple languages we can select, like I am not restricting it to any character values. It's an open one, so I'm saving it. So these are the characters like which we created it. So four, we can have a number of characteristics, but like whatever these five characteristics we have created haven't like linked, means there is no relation between among these five, right? So I wanted to group all these fives and create a class, maybe like called as fd underscore mtn, just my own name like I'm giving it. So come back, I'm going to create a class, like I'm going for a manage classes. Yeah, so fd underscore mtr. Okay, this is my class. Assume I'm going to create it. What is in class type? So since I'm using it for my equipment, so I'm selecting it equipment. You remember like we had restricted it only for the 002 and 003. Now we will be understanding it. So those characteristics can be used only for this class or this class. So I'm creating my class under this, so I could able to use those characteristics. whatever we have created earlier. All right, this FD and motor means these characteristics are dedicated for these motors only. So you wanted to group it under any class groups, we can configure it and we can group under this. Yeah. So let me go for your characteristics. So what are the characteristics? So we have created our own characteristics, right? We can choose under that. So assume rating. So what is this? First, like one is our power rating. So I am selecting these characteristics. Likewise, we can choose from the search button just to save time. Like I am selecting all these things which is available readily with me and I am pasting over here. See all these characteristics whatever we have created, I am grouping under one class called FD motors, and this class has these characteristics, and this characteristics is having an means specifications, a unit of measurement, and what should be the data type, everything it is fed here. So save it. Yes, now I am going to use this particular one characteristics under this class under my object. Okay, let me go for my object. So just now we created an equipment, right, called FD fan like motor. See here, I can change this FD fan motor, something like this. So now till now, like we haven't attached these classes, so I'm going for the class. We have a class readily available with us, so you can search this particular class maybe with this name. So see here FD, and this is our class, but this class consists of the characteristics. So let me select this class now. Yes, this is our class. So save it. Classification data has been saved. Now if you go for the characteristics value, so you can see the this particular class whatever we assigned, it is having a characteristics. So now power rating. So here we can mention this power rating over here. What was in specifications we had mentioned here is data type was the numeric value and four characteristics like we had restricted, right? And there was no range or something, so I can give any characteristics. So you can go 200 kilowatt. Speed rating, like if you remember we had given a range for this particular thing, that is 0 to 3000, means I have to enter only value between that. So if I enter assume some 1500, so it will allow, it doesn't give any issues, right? Errors. So if I go for 3500 means between our range, so speed rating motor value not found, so that is not available in the range. The restricted allowed values must be within the range defined, right? Is not a valid value for the characteristic, so we have to mention the value within this particular range. So here voltage, like suppose say I'll give something like this 400, then it will give an value, it will give an error saying that this is not available in the class. Why? Here like we have given a range, so we need to select among these things. Okay, so I'm selecting this, so it will allow me. Temperature rating. So temperature rating was between your -50 to +50, and we had a decimal value also. So we will test with the decimal. So assume like I am selecting something like this. Okay, 30.30. This is allowed. So I assume like if I go for 50 point some 40, it doesn't allow. Why? Because it up to 50 only it is allowed, not greater than the 50.00. Okay, so I'll give some value like this. Yeah, the manufacturer serial number ID, it is in free text like character format, and 30 characters is limited. We can mention any number or something. Yes, so here I'm going to have a manufacturer serial. So this is how it will work. So the same way we can maintain the characteristics or class, same class we can assign it to another equipment also, like I'll show you. So let me save this. So come back, go for your, again, change technical object, go for your another one object, maybe like 12. Okay, sorry, not 12, like maybe 14. 14 is available. So continue. Yeah, FD phone motor. So 4, directly go for the classes. So here I'll go for FD, right? FD motor, same class I'm going to assign since it is in same construction type, obviously. So I'll go for the power rating. So assume some 200, the speed rating, like I'll give some 1450. Okay, well within the range. Some voltage, like I'll give this voltage. So temperature, Fahrenheit, like manufacturer serial number, this is 14. This is simple. We create a first characteristics and assign under a same class, like that class needs to be assigned to the technical object. So let me go back to my Excel sheet. Like here, whatever we discussed, first we created a characteristics, created a class, then assign those characteristics to the class. So assign a class to the equipment. Standardize like asset data, enable like advanced search for filtering. It will be helpful based on like search, means based on the values, like we can search easily like while searching it. Okay, technical object. Learning about the catalogs. What are the catalogs and how it will be useful in asset management? Right, in catalog in SAP Asset Management is a centralized, standardized repository for defining a qualitative data. Like if any equipment, consider an equipment called like FD fan motor, as we created earlier. For this particular equipment, if any malfunction happens, right, or like it breaks down, then how, while analyzing, like how we can analyze it using the codes or code groups. Okay, code groups contains the codes, like we will be seeing what is code group and what is code. Like for that repository, for defining a qualitative data like damage, causes, object parts, okay, and like activities in the maintenance notifications while using the codes. Okay, we will be seeing in that individual catalogs. Okay, we are having standard like a catalogs, we can define our own catalogs also, but standard catalogs are a B, C, 5, 2 and A. What do you mean by the B is like object parts, like how it will be useful, which part, like suppose say in FD motor, fan motors, like motor gets breaks down, or like motor is an issue in object part, like our pump in that or valve, like which part failed, like that we are going to represent it through the catalog called object parts. Okay, next, like damage, what is an issue in that, what is the main damage part in that. So what was an issue or damage, like crack, leakage, overheating, or in any damage part, like we can have it, say like some winding damage, comma, like o-ring issue. So all those things we can mention under the damage codes. Next is like causes catalog. Okay, in the causes catalog, why it happened, like here majorly like we'll be focusing on the root cause issue, root cause. Okay, that comes under your causes. So for the root cause analysis of any failure, this will be very helpful. And then the catalog followed, catalog is like task, what needs to be done. Yes, then example say like we need to tighten it, clean, lubricate, yes, replace something. So to be replaced. So assume to be replaced with new one. So this is a planning one, what needs to be done. Yes, next, what action was taken, means repaired. You repaired something, you replaced something, okay, you inspected something, or say changed with new set of terminal box, something like this. Okay, related to the particular job. So what activity you have performed, what activity needs to be done, means task needs to be done, what is the root cause of it, what is the damage part of it, what is the main object part which got affected. So these are the catalogs. Like we'll discuss how these code groups we can define under this each catalog, and codes we can have under the each code group, right? How it will be useful, why there are why these things are important to us. So once we are having these standardized, like assume considering this equipment FD fan motor, under that the catalog is B object part, I am defining my own name called a code group, whichever I have mentioned in the blue color. See, these things are called code groups. Under each code group I am having a code for the respect to the catalog. So let me come back to this. The yellow color, whatever we have highlighted, those things are called codes. So any number we can have here, just for example purpose I'm mentioning like A01, 02, 03, 04, like that serial numbers we can consider are codes. This is the description of the codes. So here I have mentioned like 501, so any numbers we can have here, like 201 series, like it starting. So what are the object parts of the FD fan motors? We can get these informations from the technical team, like our OEM. Then we can create the codes. Stator, assume like it consists of stator, rotor, cooling fan, terminal box, etc. And this what may go wrong in that, like damage, maybe like fuse, okay, in the terminal box, or control panels if any, or motor frame, okay, misalignment or loose connections, cooling fan, terminal box, some loose connections, contactor issues, okay, status like winding issues. So like that. And so assume like there is a cooling fan, in that fan the fuse, issue with the fuse, okay, because of overload operation. This is a root cause analysis, or because of poor lubrication or dust ingress or improper alignment, electrical fluctuations, okay, because of terminal box issues, because of some contactors, means electrical fluctuation. Then what we need to do it, okay, tighten the connections, and then whether you have done it or not, like whether you have tightened it or not, or what activity you have performed. Yes, complete example. So if FD motor fails, so assume there is an issue with the bearing. The damaged part in that like is a bearing failure because of poor lubrication, and the task is lubricate bearings. Okay, activities. What is activity you have performed is lubricated. We have lubricated. This gives like complete failure history plus analytics. This ready data. So by this time you might have understood like what are the uses of it, like standardizations, like no free text errors, like everything we need to select from the drop downs, easy reporting and analytics, okay, root cause identifications, just like you have to select from the catalogs, integration with SAP Analytics tools, like we'll have a reportings based on like which code, how many times like this got failure because of the bearing, or because of pump, or because of the wall, or because of so on so reasons, right? Helps in predictive maintenance also based on the analysis. So this is most important, this catalog. It ensures like consistent documentation of maintenance history and asset failures, following for accurate analysis, reporting, and tracking of technical objects. Now we have seen this code group, right? Why we require a code group? So catalog, under each catalog we'll have many code groups, many codes under each code group, right? It's a subcategory within a catalog. It groups similar types of codes, right? These are the similar types of codes which are related to one code group. Yeah, for one motor, say like in this case it is in a motor, helps in better organization and filtering purpose. Yeah, what are the codes? These yellow highlighted in yellow colors, like code is an actual value bar entry that users select during maintenance transactions, like user select these transactions. Quickly, like we'll go into the Fury, and we'll try to create all the code groups and codes under the catalogs. So let me go to the, it's like here I have segregated under the catalogs. Catalogs, see like what is the Fury application you use to create a code group, your own code group, edit like code groups. This is the Fury application. Just go for this. So here let me mention this. Fury app is edit code groups. So what is the first catalog like you wanted to use it. That is B, object parts. Right, this is the B catalog. Why it is used? All the parts which may go wrong, right? Malfunction, this failed, all those things, object parts, like I'm going to create under this. So code groups I'm not giving over here. Let me check, like, see here, already two code groups exist in the system, right? Standard code groups. Apart from this, I wanted to create like our own code groups. Then I come here, see, go for the new entries under the code groups. Like, see here, we can give our own name. So under this catalog object parts, I'm creating my own code group. Okay, I have given the name called like gpc -op, any name we can give. Let me copy this name, go for this, paste, and here what should be a text case for anything, like assume I'm creating it for the code group for fd fan motors -, like object parts. New one description we can give a short text. Your status should be, if it is being created, like it is in a created mode, like we cannot use it. Released means we can use it. No longer be used in the sense as name suggests, like we cannot use it. Deletion flag, and then it isn't deleted, right, for the deletion, so we cannot use it. So it should be, if you wanted to use it, it should be in the released conditions. So select this, select this particular line and go for the quotes. Now you can see the hierarchy, how it is, right? Sorry. So select this, which is in released, and go for the quotes. Yeah. So here no entries are there. So now if you check the structure under the catalog B, code group is this, like quotes. See, you can go for the new entries. Right. We are having already, like I have kept, just to save time, like I have kept all the quotes ready. So you can see this. These are the quotes. This is a short text for the quotes. See here. Any name, any number, or any names, we can have it, right? So let me save it. So data was saved. Now we have created one code group under a catalog called like object part. Under that, we are having a quotes. Next, let me go to the second catalog, that is C. What is the C represents? So C says this overview of damage, means all the damage codes. So continue. So it already consists of two. One, this catalog as having a two code groups, like we wanted to create our own new one. So go for the new one, fd fan damage codes. Okay, any name we can have it, our own. Go for the codes. It should be in a released status, should be in released, and go for the codes. Yeah, go for the new entries. There are no codes, like we wanted to create it newly. See, these codes within short text of the codes is saved. Save it. Your configuration changes are recorded to a transport. Okay, these catalogs, whatever we are creating a code groups, it will be saved under a transport. Next, like I am going for next catalog, that is causes. Go for this, continue. So already like some three exists in the system. So let me go for the new entry. Causes, released, new entries. So save it. So another one after causes, it is two, that is tasks. Let me go for the task, continue, go for the new code group. So what name? I wanted to give a name of tasks, right? Should be a released conditions. Okay, then only we can use it. Select this, go for them codes, new entries. So all the codes we have saved. Next, like another one catalog, last catalog is A activities. Okay, PM. Select this, continue, go for the new entries. We'll go for our own code group. All the similar codes like I'm grouping under one catalog. Any short name or descriptions we can keep it based on the requirement. So select this, status should be released, go for the codes, go for the new entries, copy all the codes, or we can type it here. So save. Yes, continue. Now we have created, so I will show you. Just select this, go for the codes. So under the catalog, standard catalogs called EA, we can create our own catalogs as we said, or as we discussed earlier. Under the catalog, like standard catalog A, code group like we have created. Under this particular code groups, we are having a codes, yeah, based on the requirement. So this, but there is no relationship between like B, C, 5 to A. Of course, like each catalog having its own code group and codes, but there is no relationship between another catalog. But I wanted to group all those things so that it will be useful. That we will call it as an catalog profile. Okay. Under catalog profile, I'm grouping a catalog, and of course, the catalog consists of an code group, and code group has its codes. Yeah, similar codes. So how I can go for a catalog profile? So let me come back. Let me go for an Fury application again. So here, maintain catalog profile. As we discussed about, I wanted to go for a catalog profile. See, and there are like lot many catalog profiles already available in the system. So I wanted to create our own catalog profile. So the catalog profile is related to the FD fan. So I'll mention like FD motor empty, and here you can give the description SD fan motor. So then you can go for an catalogs but code groups. So under catalog profile, FD fan motor, we can have a catalogs. Look, what are the catalogs? We are aware of the catalogs, standard catalogs. So let me use it like B. So next one is like C. Okay, you can type it if you know BC5, 2, and EA. Okay, object pass, damage, causes, task, and activity. Let me go for an code groups. We have already created a code groups, so you can select among that. So whatever for respective catalog, it will show the respective the code group. So this is a code group which we created. Under this code groups, like we have codes. So let me select this code groups here. So go for your next one catalog called C. For the C, we have created like damage codes. For the root cause, we have created again like root cause code group. CA for the task, like we have created task related code groups. So activities. Finally, so we have linked all the catalogs and code groups under a catalog profiles. Right. This is a complete structure of the catalog profile. So of course it is in backend, so it is saved under a transport request. So we have done with this particular one. Now how it will be useful in the front end for the user. right? End users perspective, we will see like how it will be useful for the end user perspective. Before that, for the master data, I wanted to link this catalog profile to an equipment. So let me go for a technical object. Assume like I wanted to add it to the technical object called like FD fan motor. So let me go for this, go for your change technical object. So let me go for this FD fan motor, more links, go with a technical change technical object. We might have observed during creation of the technical object in the organization data, we have seen a catalog profile. See here, there is a catalog profile, right? We discussed that, we will see this separately. So now we have created a catalog profile. So let me assign that particular catalog profile to this equipment or a technical object. So this is the one, right? Catalog profile. We know that this catalog profile has a catalog and code group and codes associated with respect to it. So as a master data, a job, like we have assigned this, right? We are done with that. And then how it will be useful in the front end in a transaction data. Let me go to the transaction data. So here, what I will be doing it, assume when it will be used. As we know, if any breakdown happens or malfunction happens, this comes into the picture, right? So assume like the production team who is operating the machine, like FD fan motor, suddenly it stopped working. So let me go for a create maintenance request created by someone. And not to worry, there is a separate topic for create maintenance request. So we will see that. Yes. So create, so technical object. Yes, this is our FD fan motor. Let me go for this FD fan motor. We are aware that for this FD fan motor, we have assigned a catalog profile, right? So we'll go for the description. So assume malfunction of FD. Yes, who is raising it? Whoever like wants to request the maintenance. Yeah, that one, or malfunction request, anything is fine. Just I'm showing you one of the maintenance requests. So here it will be there. So these details, it has been mentioned. So let me create it. You not to worry about the process. We will see it later. Now our intention is to check the catalogs, like how it will be useful for us. So notification got created now. So, the concerned person wants to open this notification in a change mode. Yes, this is the notification. So select this notification. So continue. So our intention is to check like how these catalogs will be helpful. Now I have opened the notification in change mode. If any malfunction happens, see, go for a malfunction tab. Here like we can select like what went wrong. Okay, the concerned person will go to the site and he will investigate it, and he found out these what went wrong, what is the damage part of it, right? So assume like now he found there is a damage of a fuse, right? For which equipment he can select. See, damage we have selected. Assume like what object part, for which object part this was an issue, right? Assume like some in terminal box there was a damage found is a fuse. So this, for this object, this is the damage code we have selected. Of course, he has done a complete investigation, like root cause, he found the root causes, right? Go for the causes, root cause analysis. So he can select these causes, what went wrong. I'll say like due to overload operations. Causes could be many. For single damage, for this object part, say like terminal box, damage code is like fuse due to overload production. There could be a multiple damages, multiple causes for a single damage, right? So next, like I mentioned, like electrical fluctuations. So there are two causes for this. So, but root cause could be one. So I can select like root cause be one or different. Like I can select like what is the root cause? Root cause of defect item, root cause of notification. Like I'll say root cause. It's root cause of like defect item. From the item, it has affected. Yes, then I can go for, we can mention a free text like also apart from this due to load fluctuation. Okay, something like this. So we can have a free text also we can maintain here. Next, like we'll go for an activities for it, like what activities we need to be performed. Okay, before that, I'll go for the tasks, right? What task needs to be performed. But we, is there any case like where we can add like multiple items? Of course, yes, we can add like multiple items. Assume there is an issue with an bearing also, right? And then for what object part, the bearing, like same here we can select like motor, insulation, or sensors, or like stators, something like this. Okay, I'll go for the stator. For the stator, there is an issue with the bearing. Yes, like let me go for the damages. What is the damage? See here, damage code we have selected up only. That is, so here for the second line item, so bearing in that means the object part is our stator. So what are the causes of it? So causes we need to select due to, assume, so again I'll select like improper alignment. Okay, something like this. We can have multiple causes as we discussed, right? Now everything is set. Now we can go to the tasks. What task needs to be performed to overcome that particular failure? Let me go for your codes. We need to check the bearings. So again, any fuse, right? Replace the damaged parts. Like fuse has went wrong, so we need to replace it. So the concerned team will again has to perform these tasks at site level. To do this, see there are tasks are outstanding. If you go and check it out, the statuses, see here, the statuses, outstanding tasks are there, right? Outstanding tasks. Like if you go for it, here you can check like outstanding task exists. So these tasks like still are outstanding. TSOS means I wanted to set the status like we wanted to perform the job, so we can release it. Once we release this task has been released, means they are free to perform the job. Okay. Then after performing the job, like how we'll update it to the system, the status through complete. So we'll say like system that task has been completed. So if you come and check like overall status, like system status, all tasks are completed. ATCO. Then we'll set the status like successful. Additional to this task completed and it is completed in a successful manner. So we can select it, how to fill it up, like plan dates, plan time, start time and time. We will see it later. Our intention is to concentrate on this usage of the codes, right? Next, like I'll go for an activity stuff, like what activities you have performed. So we have performed all the tasks like successfully. So we are mentioning that what kind of activities you have performed. We have repaired the motors. Okay, so we have replaced the bearings. Assume like we have lubricated the motor. So we have cleaned it. So alignment, like we have aligned it. So at last, like we have tested. So we can select all these things. Again, additional to these descriptions, we can add our own descriptions. Okay, something like this. This is how the catalogs, code groups, and codes are useful for the end users in the transaction data, especially like in notifications, where it will be used. Like in notifications, we can use this. So we will see the topic measuring point. These are some master data which is useful for the preventive maintenance and the inspections for all those things. What is a measuring point? A measuring point is a physical or logical location on an equipment or functional location where a measurement is taken. Okay, this is the point assume like on the wall. Now here we are measuring the pressure, or like in somewhere like how many hours the emission motor has run, or like temperature sensors, or the flow meters you wanted to have, or vibration sensors. So these are the measuring points. So it's in physical or logical location we can have on an equipment or a functional location. So for both we can create a measuring point where a measurement is taken. This is useful for inspections, all those things. Example, it's in a temperature sensor on a motor, pressure gauge as we discussed, like pressure gauge on a pipeline, vibration measurement point on a pump, which is assigned to equipment and functional location. And for this particular equipment and functional locations, okay, represents where like measurement happens. This represents actually like where measurement happens and has a measuring point category. Here we are having of two types of measurement points. One is counter and another one is a non-counter type, okay, linked to a measurement point ID. So important points like what we will be seeing while creating is what is a measuring point number, description, and what is the unit of measurement for the measurements, and a target, measuring positions, all those things. What is like counter and non-counter? First, we'll discuss about the counter. A counter is a special type of a measuring point used for cumulative values, okay, that continuously increase over time. So this, where the values are increasing over time cumulatively, like those comes under your counter times. Okay, assume like a motor has run for 1 hour and like it has run for some 5 hours, like total cumulative value will be 6. That counter is, we'll say like this type of things comes under the counter types. Yes. So here also, how many times like this particular motor has started, like okay, we wanted to have a start count. Start count is increasing, means example set it has started some say like start and stop, suppose like 5 times, and it is done like some 6 times. Okay, totally it will be 11 numbers. This also comes under the counter type. This vibration measurement is not a counter type. This is a value recorded that particular moment of time, condition monitoring. And temperature is also like health monitoring use. This is at that particular moment of time, nothing to do with the previous value, only for the analysis purpose. Then differences between like readings we can have like usage over time, supports like overflow handling also here if there is a counter type. Okay, why counters are important? Used for strategy based maintenance plans. Assume like you wanted to do the maintenance once it run for 500 hours, the motor. Okay, helps like trigger maintenance like service after 500 hours, inspection every 10,000 kilometers of any vehicle, all those things. So how we will record it? That recording comes under measurement documents. Okay, measurement document is a record of reading taken at a measurement point. What value was recorded, when was it recorded, who recorded it, all those things. Example, say temperature 85 degrees centigrade at 10 a.m., running hours 12,450 like till date. Okay, pressure is 5.22 bar, assume at 5 p.m., something like this. Yeah, all those things we can have it. So like quickly like we'll go into an app and we will cover this. So I have kept all the related apps over here under the measuring points. Now we'll create a measuring point. So we wanted to create a measuring point for an object, IEQ, equipment object. Okay, or we can create it for functional location. So quickly like we'll choose one equipment. Assume we are going for say FD fan. Right, we'll consider this particular equipment FD fan motor 1. So measurement point category, let me choose like general category. Under general category I'm going to choose first like you wanted to have whether this measuring point is in counter or non-counter. If it is a non-counter, need not to tick mark this. So let me go for a non-counter one first. In the position, so where we are going to measure this. Okay, assume like this position we discussed, right? This kind of measurement position, whether for just for easiness like I'm mentioning as a top hyphen like one. Okay, top bottom wherever you or that position is there. Then here I am going to measure what I need to measure, like any points. Assume I wanted to measure the temperature. So temperature hyphen FD. So characteristics units, we might have created a characteristics units, right, already. So let me go for your characteristics. Temp, see here, degree centigrade. In this temperature, and we are aware of the code group also, but here we are having a code group called coding. Okay, under the codings, we wanted to have, I'll explain you what is means. We know like how to create a catalogs, codes and code groups already, but here code group assigned is coding, means catalog is coding. Under that there are code groups. So what is the purpose of this? When we are entering a values, why we require a codes then? So code, sometimes like valuation code is sufficient. Okay, sometimes we would be requiring only valuation codes instead of readings, numerical readings. Okay, characteristics you wanted to represent, so here we can use the code groups. So indicator, valuation codes is sufficient for measurement document. When this indicator is set, you can simply enter the valuation code in the measurement document. You do not need to enter the measurement reading. To avoid any measurement readings, suppose say like sometimes yes, okay, or color is fine, or like no vibration, all those things you wanted to have it. So through valuation code sufficient, we can achieve it. So quickly, like we'll go into code groups. So assume my code groups is under catalog called coding. We will create that also. Let me go into an catalog called. So let me quickly like go into the catalogs. Yeah. So what is in catalog used there is like D. See here, coding. So why this catalog called coding is used? Through configuration setting a category M, that is decided which catalog to be used over here. Okay, as of now it is on coding. We'll see that how we can change it in under configuration settings if we require any other catalogs. As of now I'm selecting like D, which is relevant. So let me go and create my own code group. See, these two are available now. Let me create my own code group. Now I'll create a code group called pm underscore value code. Okay, then valuation codes for inspection, something like this. Go for a released. So I'll remove this underscore. We'll follow the standards. Go for your codes. Now we can go for a new entries. Assume like one code is when you monitor a reading, like if it is okay, then I can mention like just okay instead of entering any reading. So assume like if it is not okay, then I can mention like not okay. Like some action needed. Say action needed. Some say notification to be created. Yes. So all these things we can have it, all these codes instead of entering a reading. So let me save it. Now I quickly like go into this. Now I can see my code groups. No, here. Next time, like when we'll come back for another one measuring points. So for that particular case, we can see it. As of now, I'm leaving it as a blank. I don't tick mark this also. Then I will go for authorization groups. If any authorization groups are authorized to make any changes. Okay, then this much would be sufficient here. Next I'll go for the target value. Always like we'll maintain a target values. So let it be target value will be 25 degrees centigrade. You wanted to mention any upper limit and lower limit, means value should be between these two things. That also is fine. Assume my value should be upper range. Upper range is some 40 and lower range is some 30, something like sorry, lower range is some 50. So anything can be written. So in additional data, I have given an upper range and given a lower range, where my values should be between that. So save it. So measuring point one got created. Now, if you wanted to change it, example, say we wanted to change that, we wanted to add a valuation code. Okay, here I'm not having an authorization, so let me come back to that particular part later. So let me quickly go into another one measuring point for the same equipment. Assume like this time I'm going for vibration. So let's go for your category M, enter. So here, if I use the same measuring position, then system will give an warning message saying that already this type of measuring point with a position available in the system, whether you wanted to go ahead. Yeah, this way also will be helpful to avoid any duplicacy. I'm going for an vibration of FD, then characteristics values. Of course, it should be an mm per seconds. So let me search for it. No, sorry. The characteristics, I guess, whether we had created any characteristics of vibration. No. So let me create an characteristics of vibration now. Underscore FD, just for our reference purpose. So we know that how to create an characteristics as a part of a revision. Again, we will do it since we require it for our measuring points. So let me go to characteristics. Okay, manage characteristics. So we'll be creating it for vibration underscore FD with this name, vibration underscore FD. We can group it for any characteristics groups. I'm grouping it under general characteristics. If any authorization groups, we can assign it. Of course, like it should be in a numeric format. I'm not providing any restrictions, like let it be some 4 readings. Then we'll go for unit of measurement. Let me go for I'm selecting unit of measurements. Is there any interval values allowed or negative values allowed, or we wanted to restrict it? We can restrict it. Of course, I wanted to restrict it to class called equipment and functional location. So let me save. So this is my uh, characteristics. This one I'm going to use it under measuring points. So see here, we got a warning message saying that measurement position is not unique. Means with this name already a measuring point exists. So whether you wanted to avoid any duplicacy. So we know it is a different one, just the position is the same. That's it. Just for your knowledge purpose, like I'm showing you this point. Okay, now here I need to have an say valuation code sufficient. Okay, even we can enter. It doesn't mean that valuation code sufficient is there, whether we cannot enter any values. Of course we can enter the values also. Along with that, a valuation code sufficient is tick mark, means that is a first priority. So we can avoid entering the values, but still, like I'm going to give, say like my target value is some 5, something like this, and my upper range is so 10, and here like my roll range is 2, something like this. So continue. So there's 2 measuring points we have created with which is of non-counter type. Now let me go for an counter type. Enter. Now here I will mention with some other name as a meter. Here I will say like running hours. Then I'll go for the characteristics, like here I should check for the hours. If not, like we will create like a new one. As I see here, there already exists operating hours. Unit of measurement is hours. Okay, existing characteristics I have taken. If not, like we know how to create it. Here if there is a counter type, right, valuation code sufficient, that tick mark or that option won't be available. Here obviously we need to enter the reading. And what is your counter over reading? So maximum value. So here I will mention, if I go for measuring points, what is your maximum counter over reading? counter overriding. So here counter overriding means max value of meter. So I'll say like max value is some 6 digits, then 6 digits or 7 digits. I'll put all nines. What is your annual estimate? Assume annual estimate is 8 hours. It will run per day and 30 days as per the calculation in SAP, 30 days per month and 12 months. Then we'll have an overall calculation per year. This is called an annual estimate. 8 multiplied by this multiplied by this. Okay, 2880 hours. It will be hours per day, then days per month, then months per year. Then we'll have a total. So this value I'm going to write 2880. So save it. So again I'm going to create another one, a counter. This is assume number of starts, like start bar count, start count, characteristics. It is just the numbers. So quickly, like I'll go and create count. Data type is numeric. Number of character assume like some 5. There I'll go for the number. No, it's not available. Let me cross check which is suitable. Just to have a count. Else like we'll consider it the piece only. Okay, just to avoid this thing, let me go for those many times like it got started. Okay, I'll take it as an just pieces. Then we will have this as an our characteristics. So quickly, like I'll select this. Obviously, this is an counter. It will be an increasing one, so there won't be any valuation code sufficient will be there. Yes, then let me go for an counter over readings. Here we can give this counter readings and annual estimate. Assume like my annual estimate is some 50 times it will start. Okay, 50 times start as up. So then obviously, then if I go for this case, then what will be my total? 18,000 number of starts. So assume my annual estimate as well. For this, there is a logic. Always see here, we should be checking this. Okay, 50 times it will start. Okay, day. Then annually it is some 18,000. So there won't be any for counter type, there won't be any upper limit or lower limit. Yes. And here we can have an kind of an says transfer. Okay. So suppose say two equipments are connected in parallel, like where two machines will work always together, need not to record the reading of two motors. Okay, if two measuring points are created, we can copy or we can directly transfer from one reading to another since it is same identical, so that we will see it the transfer how it is supported. So let me go and create, assume running hours. Okay, let me go and create like running hours of another one. Assume the cooling fan. Measuring position is 6 here. At top here, I'll say like running hours of cooling fan. Then we know about characteristics, that is operating hours. Unit of measurement is hours. Let me select this. Then go for your counter overreading. Then go for your annual estimate. Assume like my annual estimate is again 2880. Why? Because if it runs 8 hours per day, then total annual estimate it will be this much. Annual estimate 2880, same reading I am considering it. Okay, for this what I do, I'll go for additional data. I'll say like transfer supported. Okay, then the reading, we don't enter the reading for this measuring point 6. It should be supported, assigned like manually from where it has to be supported. Okay, then I will go for reading transfer from position. We'll search the position. I guess the 3, if I'm not wrong, running hours. So running hours FD1. Okay, if FD1 runs, automatically my cooling fan also will run with respect to it. So we need not to do that. If this runs for 10 hours, then obviously my cooling fan also runs for this equipment, also runs for 10 hours. So I wanted to transfer this particular one. So let me select this and save it. Yes, now measuring point 6 got created, all got created. So let me go for a document purpose. So here I'm going to document it. So create measuring document for technical objects. First measurement document is created for measuring point 1. This is temperature. Right. Select this. Continue. See here measuring point 1 is there, and here reading I need to enter. If any text you wanted to mention, comments you wanted to mention, we can mention the comments. So we are creating a measurement document, means this is a technician job. He goes, assume like he goes to the site and he measures it, okay, online or through system he wanted to record it, okay, and he is documenting it. He can do that. That measuring point is 1, position he is taking this, what is the target value, the description of it, unit of measurement, everything you can see for which equipment we are working on. So everything it is, all details are mentioning here. We can enter the reading. Okay, upper limit we know. So as of this thing I am mentioning here. So if value is beyond your limit, so we can mention this, the of course we are getting it, it will allow us to enter it based on our lower limit and upper limit, but it will show an warning message saying that your measurement reading for point 1 is outside the measurement range limits. Okay, range limits is 15 to 40, our reading is this one. If I enter like 12, the same message I'll get it, lower limit, same thing. Yeah. So when I'm entering like this within the range, then there won't be any warning messages. It's a warning message. It is not stopping us to enter it. Of course it will allow you to enter it, but within it will provide an warning message. That's it. That is also a configuration settings. During configuration settings we will check how, when we are, for what cases we can have an warning messages, so for what cases we can have an error message. So this much is sufficient. Let me save this. So we have created a reading, and we can choose like of what date and time this particular reading is for. Again we'll go for some 32 degrees centigrade. So let me save it. So likewise we have recorded two readings. Okay, then I'll go for a measuring documents. I wanted to check these documents what we created it. See, 1 and 2, we have recorded to two values, that is 30 degrees centigrade and 32 degrees centigrade at this date. And I want to see the time also. Then we can go for timings. Measurement time, measurement time, and of course like for which equipment we have measured, that also it is important. Let me equipment is there already? No. This like counter reading, so counter difference created by description of measuring points. Of course the equipment, which equipment you have created, everything is mentioned like save as. Order to create a layout, and we'll go with 29. Default we will keep it. So we have created our own layout. So continue. So now we can see all the readings. Now counter reading we haven't recorded it, but who has created it, what is in technical description of it, so for each equipment we have done it, so everything is visible. So this is most important. So I'll put over here. So the equipment readings, everything has come up quickly. Like we'll go and measure for other measuring points also. So let me go for again measuring points, create measuring points. The second one, which is of course like non-counter, sorry, measuring document, create a measuring document for measuring point. Here we're recording vibration. So, but here we see there is an valuation code, right? We can have an valuation code entered. So here, of course, we can enter this also, but in text, you wanted to write more, you can mention it. So here, so what text you wanted to enter? Valuation code, whether it is an okay or not okay, assume like okay. So for one, I have entered the valuation code, but I haven't selected any reading. I have not entered any reading. Okay, that is also fine. But anyway, it is only valuation code sufficient is tick marked. We know that. And next time, like both I will enter. Assume my vibration is 10 and your reading say like it is not okay. Create a new one. So reading is 10. I wanted to mention it as like not okay. So we can have it not okay. So yeah, both is fine. So now quickly like I'll go into this. Here I wanted to see the report of both measuring point 1 and 2, then select like 1 and 2, execute here, then execute it. See here we are seeing the report for both 1 and 2. There are two readings. One reading here, there is no reading entered, only the code is entered, but like here code we didn't select. So let me select this code also, valuation code and the text. So here valuation code is there and the valuation is there. Here coding coded text I wanted. So everything it is mentioned just like I wanted to save as. Of course, yes, it will override. Now we will choose these two things. Valuation code is there, and coding code text is also very important. Wherever we have entered this, so all those places it will be visible. So for last two readings, means for this particular measuring point to 2, we have entered the coding text. So for one reading is not necessary. This is important. So we had mentioned that. Okay. Then we will see the counterpart, like how it works. Quickly, like I'll go into the counter one. Let me go for measuring, create a measuring document for a technical object. We know that our third one is the running hours. When we purchase any equipment, obviously the counter reading will be 0. Means reading itself it will be, main counter reading will be 0, right? So first initial reading we are going to enter it. Running hours. So I will say like it has run for 8 hours. Then your total counter reading also becomes as an 8. Okay, here. So let me save this. So document has been saved. Again, when we'll go for it, so assume. So already it has run like 8 hours. So okay, this is the one. Total counter reading is already 8. Now we need to enter the new reading. So new reading, assume like it has runs for 10. Then total will be how much? 10 plus like this total counter reading. Okay. Now difference is this. Okay. Okay, I'm writing like here. 1 second. So difference we can enter here also. So instead of this, I will enter the difference reading. Assume like my difference reading is 20. So I don't want to save this. Let me go measuring point like 3. Continue. As of now, like total counter reading is 8. Now the difference, right? So here we can enter the difference also. The counter reading difference. Assume like I wanted to enter the difference as 10. 1 second. Assume the difference should be 10, right? Means 8 is there. I will mention it as an 18. The difference it will come as an, system will calculate the difference that it works as an 10. This is what I wanted to show you. So earlier it was an 8. Now like difference is like your 10 and total reading of course it will be an 18. So save it. 2 readings. Now another one point is when we created a document is now we are creating an measuring documents for the measuring point called 3. We haven't attached the measuring point like 6, but we had transferred these readings to that. So we will see that how it acts. Let me go back, and here we wanted to see the readings of only 3 and 6, since we haven't entered anything for 6. So let me go back to this, execute. So still like we haven't entered any readings for the 6, but it got a transferred from 3. So the same readings. Why? Because the cooling fan also works same. This is how the transfer reading works. The same way we can achieve for other one also, that is start counts. Start counts also will increase. Assume now we are into measuring points like fourth number. Continue. Here it has run for assume for first day like the readings 50 times, like it was start and stop. Measurement document 9 saved for measuring point 4. So it's saved. Come back again. I'll go for here. So here this time, like what we will do, we will add the fourth also. Now we can see the report for 3, 4, and 6. So for the fourth, it is only one reading, that is 50 times. And this is how we can create measuring points and record readings like through measuring documents, and how we can transfer the readings. Okay, instead of recording it for two motors when it is running in a parallel.